Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Rolling Forward podcast. I am here with Chia Asbury. Chia, before we get started, one, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. Two, I do have a question for you before we get started. When people hear pro boxer, mom of three, and started at 42, what's the first thing you hope comes to their mind?
Too old.
Too old? You
Yes.
hope that comes to their mind?
Yes.
Well, okay, interesting. My second question was, what do you think more commonly comes to people's mind? And that's what I would think is
Mhm.
you started boxing at 42. That seems kind of too old to start boxing, right?
Yes.
Would you say that's the most common thing as well that people think
I
when they
think
hear
so.
that? Okay.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with like you being a pro boxer or mom of three or anything like that. It's just more your age, huh?
I think so. I think once you
Interesting.
once you hear the age, you more or less kind of focus in on that
Yeah.
more than anything else. And so that actually it's good fuel for me.
It's good what?
It's good fuel for
It's
me.
good
It
fuel.
yeah, I
Oh,
love that. It's
interesting.
like too old. I love to show you that I'm not.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I bet
You
people
know?
like see you on the people see you and maybe it shows your age on the roster or the draw or whatever, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Wow, man, who's this Chia person?" Or
Yes.
maybe at first you're a little bit probably a little bit more well known in the boxing world now, but okay. Well, let's get started into some questions. But first, everybody, again, welcome to the Rolling Forward podcast. This is a podcast of people who keep rolling forward no matter what life throws at them. Real people, real stories, powered by purpose, resilience, and a drive that never ends. I'm Zach Sikora. Spina bifida didn't stop me. It just gave me a better excuse to sit down while I take over the world. Uh,
I love that.
thank you, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Today's shirt is, oh, did that not? Let's get over here. Okay, today's shirt is the Rolling Forward podcast logo shirt. This is the first time I've worn it in on camera. This isn't necessarily the typical funny shirt that I wear, but this is a logo of a superhero in a wheelchair, and I think that's irony in and of itself. So, if you want to get one of these shirts, you can get one at rollingforward.printful.me. And if you do have a funny shirt idea, throw it in the comments. The funniest might make it into the shop. Now, let's get rolling into today's episode with Chia Asbury. Chia, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Um, so just so everybody knows, this is the first time that we've met. Um,
Yes.
we met. Can you explain like how you got connected with my podcast and all that?
Yes. So you know what? I believe that there was a time at the gym, um, when we were at the gym
Oh
downtown.
yeah, they told me that was like 3 or 4 years
A while
ago,
ago.
and they did tell me that we met then, but I
Yes.
honestly I don't remember that. Wait,
Yeah.
did you try workout in my wheelchair?
That was Christy.
That was Christy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, okay. I do remember that, and I think Christy fell over or something, right?
I
uh,
think I saw a video of that
you
somewhere. I
really?
swear I
Oh
did.
my gosh! If you
Yes.
have it, I'd love to put it on my
Okay.
podcast. The viewers would love it. Um,
Yes.
I just recently posted a workout of me like holding some rope, some handles with like the free handles, whatever they are, and
Yes.
I'm going backwards
Yes.
in my wheelchair and then back up, and I'm
Yes.
pulling myself up and down with it. So it was a pretty interesting workout, and I was sore the next day. It was pretty
Oh,
effective. So
yes.
okay,
Yes.
so that's the first time we met. Thank you for refreshing my memory on that.
Yes.
There's a lot of people I met at that gym, and I
Oh, yeah.
wasn't there for very long. So
Yes. Yes.
but anyway, so how did you get connected with? How'd you hear about the podcast since we haven't seen each other in a while? And
So I still Rob and I still keep in contact, and
yeah,
I stopped by one day and he mentioned uh the podcast, and I'm
yeah,
like, "Oh, that's sweet. That's awesome."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then the next thing I know, he's like, "You're on the podcast." And I'm like, But that's sweet and that's awesome. So, so it was one of those things.
Yeah.
So I love that, and I love the idea of the podcast, and
Yeah.
I got to stop by and kinda see the studio, get a quick little glance, but
Yeah.
yes, I thought it was really cool.
Y
So,
yeah,
yeah.
awesome. Do me a favor,
Yes.
just
Yes.
push that a little bit closer to your face.
Okay.
You're
Make it
m
roll.
you're more soft-spoken than the average person, I'd say, so
Okay.
just wanna make sure everybody can hear you, so,
Okay.
okay, so if we were let me ask you this, so, give us a 10,000-foot overview of who you are,
Oh,
like, just a couple sentences, a minute, something like that.
yeah, so I am just, oh man, I'm just a lady trying to have it all. I
There
don't
you
know,
go.
I'm a mom of 3.
Uh-huh.
I have a baking company called Just Desserts.
Okay.
I have a nonprofit called Fit. I'm a professional boxer. I'm a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Um, oh my
How long
goodness.
you been boxing for?
I've actually been boxing, so I started maybe, gosh, now it may have been maybe about 10 years ago now.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's when I fought in an exhibition.
Mhm.
And after I fought in the exhibition, I felt like I did really well. I was just like testing out that natural skill, and I was like, okay, you know, um, now how about some technical skills, some real
Yeah,
training,
yeah. Okay.
And so everything just kind of started flowing. I was like bugging my brother to go to the gym and like tagging along, and I got to
Okay.
go down to downtown to the hub with him, and
Mm.
that's where I first met Tony Tubbs and Kirk and Timmy Austin and
Okay.
all the guys down there. That was awesome to be down there in the
Yeah.
midst of all that greatness.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so that was good. And then I needed a coach, and so I was really trying to hone in on somebody that would really take me on one on one. That's
Yeah.
really what I was looking for.
Sure.
Just like, well, I'm not asking a lot, just to just
Yeah.
take on this, beginner from the very beginning.
Right,
And like,
right.
a friend of mine introduced me to Madness, and I love you, Madness. I miss you. I was like a baby bird when Madness got me. I mean, no feathers, no
Yeah.
nothing, and just he taught me what he could, and he took the time out to really try and to invest in me and to really give me a lot of the basics and as much as he could. And then, when it was time, he introduced me to Rob, and then
Mm.
I got to meet Master Rob, and
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Instant, uh, we clicked instantly,
Yeah.
and so it's like a fairy tale, man. We just instantly clicked. First people I met,
Yeah.
boom bop. Now we're in the gym and we're training, and we're training to fight. And so it was a crazy thing and a crazy transition into everything, but it all happened so smoothly. I
Yeah.
went with the flow, man.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna get into a lot more of the boxing and a little bit about Rob as well. One just fun question is, what's one of the funniest or most random things that's happened to you in the gym or ring, or if you don't have a story about that, maybe in life in general? And I can nudge you a little bit because Rob told me if you can't think of anything.
Okay. Okay, because I may need some help.
Tell us about the bouncer drill.
Oh my gosh. The bouncer drill. So this is in the beginning of me coming to the gym, and so I'm just getting used to things. I'm just kind of like, I'm still fresh. Everything's still fresh to me. So
Yeah.
I come in this day, and there's a fighter who was getting ready to fight. And so as he's preparing to fight, there is a drill that is called the bouncer drill.
Mm.
And so apparently in the bouncer drill, you are in the middle, and then there's about mm, several fighters that are allowed to, engage in combat with you, if you, if you
Yeah.
will. And so you have to figure out how to keep all of the opponents off of you. So
Right.
the idea is if you can fight 5 people, you can fight 1.
Yeah.
And so, it's an awesome thing. I had never visually seen this before, and so I walk in and Rob's like, "Oh, perfect time. You're right in time for the bouncer drill." I'm like, "Okay, sweet." And so I walk over with him, and this poor dude, he's on the floor, and I mean, he's getting kicked and punched and just, I mean, like everybody's kind of having their way with him, and he looks so tired, and so I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And so I go over and I start helping him.
I-
It's like, ma'am, that wasn't the assignment. The assignment is you are supposed to engage with him. And so, but no, I just, I'm over there. I'm just horrified. I'm like, oh, help him, Rob. And Rob's like, oh, you don't want to do it. Okay. And he goes over there and he kicks him like, wham. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. I should have just done my job. And so it was, oh man, yeah, that was a funny day. That was a good day. I'm sure I looked like a deer in the headlights that day because I was just like, I was horrified.
how how did they react when you did that?
Oh, they just
Were
they're
they
like,
ignoring you or, as they fought
oh,
him, or
they
did
were
they
just
stop?
laughing.
Or
Oh no, they're just laughing because they kind of know me a little bit at this
oh,
point. They're
okay.
like,
They're
oh
like,
my
Chia, what are you
gosh.
doing?
Yeah, like what are you doing?
Yeah,
What are you literally doing?
yeah.
Um, That reminds me of a funny story about madness, if I could
Please,
recant a
yeah,
story about madness. So when I was training with madness, we were outside. This
yeah.
is like summer, 90 degrees. Like there was no like mercy. Like we are outside at the park and I felt like it was like the break you time. Like, do you really want this? And I was like, yes. I'm here every day and we're training outside and we go to the park and we're doing these exercises up at the top of the stairs at the park, and I'm doing this one where it's like you're raising your arm, and it's like a to the moon and to the
Yeah.
sun, and then you bring it back down. And as I'm doing this exercise, and I come back down, I'm in kind of like a plank position. There's this ant, and it's walking, and it's carrying something.
Okay.
And me in my mind, I am this aunt. Like in my mind, she is me, I am her. Girlfriend's carrying about 10,000 pounds of whatever this is, probably there on her back. Like in my mind, I'm this aunt. And so I am like in my head about this aunt. And Madness somehow reads this and he's like, oh, you don't want to go down? Is the ant in your way? And I'm like, and I don't wanna say yes because 'cause I'm like, I don't know what the repercussions are gonna be if I'm like, "Yes, it's the ant, she's doing her job."
We made a connection.
Yes, like, we are one, she is my spirit animal right now.
Right.
Oh my gosh, and he is like, "Let me help you." Boom,
Oh.
and he steps on it, and I am in, like now I'm an emotional mess, and I'm like, don't you cry about this ant because if you cry, you know he's going to make you pay. And I'm just like, I'm toughing it out. Like, no, I'm not tough. I'm like, and I'm going up and down. And oh man, it was just one of those moments like
Oh my gosh.
that was one of the funniest moments ever. And it was so funny because I couldn't believe how emotional I was about it. And
Yeah.
because I had made this like spiritual connection with this ant, but
Yeah.
that's just me in my head, and so I love that Madness read that and was like, "Get that, get no, we're fighting." I'm
Yeah.
sorry, are we training to fight or are we, like, making connections with ants right now? I don't know what you're doing, so, man, that was funny, so that man, that was
That's
a good day.
great.
Yeah,
Did
yes.
did you tell him, like, that day what you were thinking with the ant, or did you tell him later, or
No, Madness, so you are finding out right now that you stumped my spirit animal, but you know what?
live on the Rolling Forward podcast,
Live
Madness
today.
stomps Chia's spirit by killing an ant.
Yes. I never did because I held it inside because I gotta be strong. So, man, that's funny, but man, But I love you, Madness. Yeah, Madness invests a lot of time
Yeah,
in me and a lot of work, and I love him for that for sure.
that's
But that
awesome.
was just
Yeah,
I thought
that's
that's
that's great. I've never like I've never thought so deeply about an ant crawling across but like the metaphor there like that's powerful, you know, like
to me. I'm
that's
like,
pretty
oh my
like all right, we're doing this together. You're
yes,
doing something hard, I'm doing
yes.
something hard, let's go. That's cool. I actually
That
really
was the
like that
moment.
story.
That was the moment. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it is time for a segment called Wheelie Bad Jokes.
Okay.
This is a fairly new segment that I've been doing on the show, but I love dad jokes, as everybody knows from the t-shirts that I wear. I'll show you a couple t-shirts that are kind of funny. I actually
Awesome.
I'll just tell a couple to you. So I have one with a guy in a wheelchair hitting a bag, and it says "Rolling with the punches," and then another one just says "Leg Day." Yeah. So those are a couple of my funny ones. So
Okay. Okay.
okay,
I like
so
it.
here's the deal. I'm gonna tell you a dad joke, and then I either want you to rate it or give me a dad joke in return. It's your
Okay.
choice. So I'm gonna tell you the dad joke. And by the way, if anybody doesn't follow Logan Lyle on YouTube or Instagram, I don't know. I think he's everywhere. He's got like over 1 million subscribers, and
Okay.
all they do is they sit on a dock and they like in the winter they have a coffee mug and they just put snow in it, and and then they tell dad jokes to each other and try not to laugh at them. And
Okay.
it's so absurd, but it's hysterical. So I did get
Okay.
this one from actually both of these from Logan Lyle, and
Okay.
they're awesome. So just want to give a shout out to him. Um, okay, so the joke is yesterday I went to the store and bought a banana, an apple, and 2 eggs. The cashier said, "You must be single." I said, "Wow, how did you know that?" He said, "'Cause you're ugly." It's so bad. I was like, I gotta
That's
tell this
so
one.
bad. That's so
All right, so you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the
okay.
best, or you can tell me a dad joke.
Dang it. I wish I could think of one off the top of my head. All right. I'm going to have to rate it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're gonna really hurt my feelings if you rate it low. By the way, no, I'm kidding.
we're gonna give it a 6. We're
A
gonna give it a
6.
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one higher, I think, than my last one.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
there we go. Okay, so
Keep it up.
I do have another one that I was like, you from what I've gathered, you're a woman of faith,
Yes.
and so this is along those lines.
Okay.
The it's and God said, "Come forth and return and receive eternal life," but he came fifth and won a toaster.
No.
You do not
That's funny.
you do not have to rate this one. No,
That's
no
really funny.
obligation to rate that
Okay.
one.
All
But
right. Okay.
yeah. um okay, so moving on from that, that's just a fun segment
That's
that I'm
awesome.
doing. Before we get into your life and boxing and everything else, we both know Rob pretty well, and Rob has made an amazing impact on a lot of people's lives.
Yes.
He was even in, I don't know if you know Edwin, but Edwin put him in one of his, I think it's like a docu series
Yes.
kind of thing. Not
Yes.
even a series, but it's a really cool like 10-minute clip of
Yes.
Rob and his other mentor, Robert.
Yes.
What impact has Rob had on your life, and who is he to you?
Oh my goodness. That's such a loaded question.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
think they could hear you whisper, by the way.
sorry. Yeah, that's a really loaded question. Oh, it's almost like an entity. It's almost
Mm,
like I don't know if a person is like I feel like that's too much of a shell to
mm,
describe him in that way because
yeah,
he just ascends all of that. So that's
yeah.
a really crazy thing. The first day we met, it was just instantly like, oh yeah, we're locked in,
Mm,
but locked in for life. Like not even just like
yeah.
from a coaching student standpoint, because our
Mm,
relationship transcends that.
mm,
So it's um it's really hard to even describe because I don't think there's one word
mhm,
that really encompasses our relationship, especially as long as it's been now, which is crazy. I think we're like 7, 8 years into this
mm.
thing.
Do you have
So,
any stories about Rob regarding you or anything along those lines?
oh my goodness, there's so
I know I'm putting
many.
you on the spot.
I know, and there's so many. I wouldn't know how to pick just one.
Just how about I don't know. Here's maybe this will like help, but
Okay.
um w- one of the things early on, so he was dating my friend,
Okay.
and I met Rob through through that friend, and um I was talking to Rob about how I wanted to get involved with fighting, which I came to the downtown gym. And then I was like, yeah, like I'm thinking about remodeling my basement. And Rob's like, oh, I might be able to help you with that.
Yeah.
He ended up not, but he did come over. He looked at it, and he got life got busy, so
Yes.
he couldn't do it. But then while he's at my house, he sees a guitar in the corner of the room, and
Yes.
starts playing the guitar and singing.
Yes.
And then, like, just training with him here, like the amount of stories he has of going, to Japan and like just everywhere, and
Yes.
the amount of people he's made an impact on is just
Yes.
like, whoa, like
Yes.
when you said it like transcends person, like you've definitely never met a person like Rob.
No.
He's a unique person, and he cares so deeply about everyone that that's in his world.
Yes.
The other thing that I love, and I really appreciate, and I wanna I'm working on this in my wheelchair tennis coaching space,
Hmm.
is Rob has developed such a close knit community
Yes.
that, like, if you come into the gym, like, this is your safe space.
Yes.
This is where we can all talk and about life, what's getting to us, whatever else, and you're safe here, essentially.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes.
I think just the camaraderie that he allows us to build together organically is just unbelievable. So,
Yes. I
um,
love that.
yeah,
That's exactly it. And even in the sense of if there are just like our connection, like if there is something that one of us can do to help the
yes,
other or to boost the other or to fit in any kind of way in another's life, the amount of networking
yes,
that he also does amongst us even when we don't cross each other's paths,
yes,
which is also funny because then we meet his students all the time. It's
yeah,
like, I know you. I mean,
yeah,
like I've never actually laid eyes on you
right,
before, but I know you because I know of you. I know something that you do, like,
right,
and so that's a beautiful thing too.
yes.
And so I love that.
He
I
knows
love that.
anybody and everybody, and
Yes.
that's one of the reasons why I decided to put the studio here, is just because it's a good centralized location
I
that
love that. Yes.
everybody in the target audience so far that I have is like, I call it Rob's gym people, and
Yes.
then adaptive sports community essentially is the other half. So I mean, those are
Gotcha.
two worlds that I'm very involved with. So.
Yes.
Okay, let's do Let's do this. Before we get into everything about you, I want to get into your movie.
Okay.
Sometimes she bites, which
Yes.
is very interesting. It just hearing that title just makes me have a little bit more curiosity.
I
And
love it.
then, okay, so I don't know anything about the movie. I didn't
Okay.
look it up before I interviewed you or anything like that. But
Mhm.
to me, let me ask you this: are you the main character in it?
I am.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then to me, what that illustrates just from knowing you and who you are right now, you're a very spoken person.
Yes.
But then you're also a professional boxer. And so
Yes.
I'm sure a lot of people when they interact with you are like, "Oh yeah, and
Yes.
she's such a delicate sweetheart or whatever, you
Yes.
know?" Like and then they're like, "Bam!" And it's like,
Right.
"Oh, where did that punch come in?"
Yes.
So, does it have anything to do with that?
It's, the movie
Yeah,
itself?
yeah, yeah.
No, and
Okay.
that's what I loved about it.
Yeah.
I love that it wasn't on the lines of a fighting boxing movie at all,
Yeah.
and so that was the cool thing about it.
Yeah.
It's incorporated in there a little bit, of course, and I think that's just Lee's paying, homage to what I'm doing also, and
Sure.
I appreciate that in him. The way he did this movie was brilliant, and just to watch the way he put it together was just
Mm,
awesome.
okay.
I mean, some things were just on the fly, and I
Yeah.
mean, to watch it, to actually be able to go to the movie theater, and that was the first time I got to see it.
Uh,
Also, I love that part of it too, because then I
yeah.
got to see how he put it all together, and then there were
Yeah.
castmates that I never even got to meet, and then even understanding that that's how movies work. Also, like there were plenty of people I never even got to meet that were in the movie, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
wild how he put this whole
Interesting.
thing together, but and it was an awesome experience.
Yeah,
Another
interesting.
Rob connection actually also.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Actually, Rob had done Chasing the Moon
Oh, yep.
for
Uh-huh.
me, and he played a role in that. And I came to one of the screenings,
Okay.
and Lee was there, of course, at the movie screening, and the beautiful Miss Donna Winston. She was there as well, and Rob kind of had mentioned something, and then Donna kind of saw me, and then I think it all kind of clicked, and Lee
Mm,
tapped me for the lead role in the movie,
that's
um,
awesome.
which was so crazy because what did you do? Because he knows me. So it was like, no.
Yeah.
But also, also for him, it was like anything. And so it was like,
Mhm.
he got me.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
but it was awesome. Lee was awesome. Everyone that I worked with was awesome.
So what's it about?
It's a vampire movie,
Oh, okay.
actually. Oh, I don't know how much I'm supposed to give away because we haven't gotten
Okay.
to stream it yet.
Oh, no, okay, we
So
don't have to talk about it.
I take it too. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but it's a vampire flick, and
Okay.
I get to avenge
Okay. Okay. Well,
myself
yeah,
and others, and
we don't have to
so
talk about it too much.
it's really good. It's a really um good film in that you could bring your grandkids, you can bring your grandma.
Mm,
There's not a lot of um anything in it that would make you not be able to
right.
span the generations of singing. And so it's not just secluded to this one set audience.
Right.
And so I love that about it also. It's gotten, I want to say, 4 film selections.
Oh,
We're at
heck yeah.
4 festivals now, and
Okay. Wow.
I think it's doing great. So
Okay.
that's awesome. Anybody want to go to Stockholm with me? Anybody who's down for
Hit her up.
Stockholm? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah, hit me up.
Where
But
where can people watch this?
so that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on it to get on a streaming service. I know Lee's been working on that, but he's also working on other films. He's working on the Nike documentary that is
Oh,
gonna be very explosive, and
okay.
so he's doing some really, really big things. And so I know he's trying his best to get it, on. And
Okay.
there's definitely some streaming services that want it. But technicalities.
Hmm.
Sometimes there's different things, subtitle things and things like that. Certain things that you have to do in order to get it ready to be submitted. But
Yeah.
it's doing great at these film festivals, and I think that's awesome. And I think
Yeah.
that's an awesome lane
Right.
until it gets streaming. And so
Right.
hang on, people. And people have been asking me about it. I know people want to watch it, and
Yeah.
I'd love for you to be able to too. But it's coming soon. It's
Okay.
coming soon for
How
sure.
can somebody find the film festival? Do they just Google it or?
So I did post it on my Facebook page.
Okay.
It's
Go
the
and
only
shout them
social
out.
media I have right now, but I am on Facebook under Chia Asbury, Chia, last name Asbury.
Okay.
There shouldn't be that many Chias on there, but
Yeah.
sometimes I've tried it myself, and I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
There is one coming up in Cleveland, actually,
Okay.
August 15th through the 17th. There's an
Oh,
indie film festival there that it's been submitted for a run in the feature
okay.
category. So I will be there for sure.
I was gonna say, are you
For
you're traveling
sure.
around to these different film festivals
Oh
and
yeah, you know
promoting it
what?
and all
It's first film festivals. I'm here for every bit of everything it has to offer.
that? Yeah.
I appreciate the opportunity, and so I don't want to let that moment
Yeah.
pass up. And so yeah, I'd love to be in the moments of everything that comes along with this film. And
Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
yeah, for
Um,
sure.
did you was it here in Cincinnati that you filmed it or?
It was.
Okay.
It was. Yes.
So and how long did it take to film?
Um,
By the way, if I'm asking you
I
anything
think
that's like I
no,
shouldn't ask, just
no,
tell me.
we're all good. I want to say it was over like a 9 month ish, yearish kind of period.
Okay.
Um, it was really cool just the way it got put together too. Like you think, I don't know, in my head, movies were like, oh, we do it all in order. But I mean, like we would do scenes at the end and then
Mm,
sometimes in the beginning and then come back and do the middle. And so nothing was necessarily in order. And
yeah.
so even that
Interesting.
was cool. So yeah, just a cool, really cool experience.
Okay.
I appreciated them trusting me with that and my castmates carrying me through.
So is this your first acting job?
It's my first acting job.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
How difficult was it to memorize the lines and I don't know. I guess let me ask you this.
Sure.
What's the most difficult part of being a new actor in a setting like this?
For me, the cameras.
Yeah.
Really kind of getting used to like, oh, hello, camera, right
Yeah.
there, and then needing to still be on. And
Yeah.
so, and really trying to make sure things seem realistic and that, I didn't want to look like an amateur. I'm like, not for a lead role in a movie.
Yeah.
So I really was hoping that that it would come through very natural and realistic. And
Yeah.
shout out to Lee. Like the film was molded so beautifully already. Like I said, this is his third time actually doing this film. And
Mm.
so and the changes and things that he made on the fly to adjust to what we were doing, and I'm sure probably to me too, to make sure that it was in a very good range
Yeah.
for my first film. And so yeah,
Yeah.
it was really cool. Really, really
Interesting.
cool. Really cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, so one thing I'm gathering about you is you seem to run towards things that make you uncomfortable. Is that am I making a good assessment of that or?
So that's so funny because I'm a comfort zone person.
Okay.
I love my space. I love being in my little box.
Yeah.
Like I love a vibe. And so
Yeah.
like I'm very big on that. And so I'm usually very just to myself and
Yeah.
in my little shell. And so
But
but when it calls,
yeah.
I'm here for it. And so
Interesting.
that's kind of that thing. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, well,
Yeah.
this is a good transition into my next question.
Okay.
So, the boxing connection is another reason why I made that. Plus, you came here. You said you were a little nervous coming here as well, and
Yes.
you said you were nervous in front of cameras, and I couldn't help but chuckle that you're in front of cameras now, right? But so you went pro at a pro boxer at 42. Did people around you think you were crazy?
Um, so I actually went pro when I was 40.
Okay.
I've been
Oh,
it's been no, it's been I know it's crazy how time is. It has been a few years. Um, yes.
ChatGPT failed me.
ChatGPT, darn you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get your facts right.
Yeah.
Um, no, all good. Yeah, no, even but 40. I mean, people crazy. They're like,
Yeah, that's still
you want
outside of the
to,
norm.
yeah, you want to start boxing with most people are retiring. That's
Yeah.
weird,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. But um, God just kept bringing it to me.
Mm,
It was just this affirmation after affirmation after affirmation, and um, really in my heart, there are things that I also want to do that I couldn't figure out. How would I? What's a good transition or step into that
mm,
also, like what I really want to do, work with kids, figure out how to
mm.
help in the community and things like that. And a lot of times those things are easier said than done.
Yeah,
And so boxing has really given me that bridge.
yeah.
And so that's been a beautiful thing. And I know God knows my heart, and um I was just in constant and consistent prayer of just whatever it is that I need to do to get to where I need to be on this path. Like, just take me there, take me,
Yeah,
show me the way, show me how, show me. And boxing just kept coming up, and it was
yeah,
so weird
yeah.
because I come from a fighting family, so it wasn't like I haven't been around it.
Oh,
My brother's a professional boxer,
okay.
and he also fought in Golden Gloves and the nationals and things like that. And so, like, it wasn't like it was new. But it was new for me, for
Yeah,
it to be a bulb for me to turn
yeah.
on. And so yeah,
Interesting.
I went in, and then I just jumped.
Yeah,
I was like, amateurs to, well, I do not, however, suggest that at all, but that's
yeah.
just the path that I took. I did not fight amateur. I went straight pro.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How much training, how long was your training process to get to that point?
So I trained for maybe about 4 years.
Okay.
Sometimes it was off and on. It wasn't as consistent as I would have liked it to have been.
Yeah.
Um, but the juggle gets real.
Yeah.
And so, I'm not a million dollar fighter yet. So I can't just like, oh, forget everything else. Kids
Yeah.
are good. All mom's got to do is train.
Right. Yeah.
It's life is lifing also. And so,
Yeah. I feel that.
um, but it was just like everything just kept manifesting itself in
Mm.
that. And like I said, just continued to get affirmations. Really quickly, I'd like to tell a story. Is that
Yeah.
okay if
Oh,
I
yeah.
tell a story about an
Absolutely. We can take
affirmation?
this anywhere.
Because there was a gentleman named Steve, and I don't know, this was maybe about 10 years ago when I was really starting to contemplate going into fighting. And I was in a grocery store. There used to be a Kroger on Whip Road in Kettering. And I'm just saying that specifically because just in case Steve hears this, I want you to know, Steve, like, God sent you to me, and
Yeah.
I understand that. I understood that so much then, but I understand it so much more now too, and so I appreciate him. But this gentleman just walked up to me in this grocery store, and he said, "I don't know what you do." He said, "But whatever it is that you're doing," he said, "your hands are glowing,"
Whoa.
and it took my breath away because I thought of
Yeah.
all the things for him to say.
Yeah. Wow.
So I was really taken aback. And he said, "There is a light around your hands." He said, "You are glowing." He said, "Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you do with your hands," he said, "God has already blessed it.
Oh my.
So just keep doing it, keep doing it."
Whoa.
And it made me stop. And I just cried. I
Yeah.
just cried because I just was like, I was in that thing. I was like, God, what am I doing? Like, am I listening right? Like, am I
Right.
just doing so, like, am I clear, hearing you clearly? And
Right.
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. And so, I was in that, and then that gentleman said that to me, and I asked him his name, and he told me Steve, and I said, I thank you so much for that. I said, I don't know if you know how much I needed to hear that today, but I know that God was speaking through you to me, and I appreciate that. And I thank God for sending me that message, like,
Mm.
because that was like,
Yeah.
and so I'm crying like a baby. I'm trying to gather my stuff back up, and I get up to the register and realize I've left my wallet in the car. And so I
Oh.
asked the cashier to hold on a second, and I go out to get my wallet. I come back, he had paid for my food.
Wow.
And I start crying again. I'm like, I just said that. Oh my God, just God, I can't believe that. God, you're so good. And it just was that thing. And um Oh, man, and I tried to catch him out in the parking lot, and he was gone.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were an
Oh.
angel or not, Steve, but I'm telling you,
You didn't
thank you so
exchange phone
much.
numbers
No,
or
it
whoa.
was just one of those moments where you were just so in the moment, and I just cried and cried, cried,
Yeah.
and he was an older gentleman, and I was just like, "God,
Wow.
what an awesome thing." And so I appreciated that. And so I never got a chance to tell him that. And so, Steve, if you remember me from Kroger on Whip Road, if you remember me, I appreciate you. I love you. And I
Yeah.
thank you. And I thank God for that day. I really do.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
That was
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, and to say your hands are glowing, like to anybody else, a guy
Gosh.
coming up to him
Yeah.
and saying, "Hey, by the way, your hands are glowing." Like,
Yes.
what a weird thing to
Yes.
say to
Yes.
somebody, right?
Yes.
And but
Yes.
because it was you, it wasn't weird, and you just knew
I
exactly
just knew
what it meant.
exactly.
Like that's
I just knew exactly.
wow,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
And then like I'm just thinking like even if I was like compelled to say that to somebody,
Yeah.
like, again, what a weird thing
What
to
a
say
thing
to
to say.
somebody, right?
Yes.
Like, it's
Yes.
so, like, I don't know how that's gonna be
Sure.
received,
Yes. Yeah.
like, humility if they're like, "What are you talking about?" Right?
Right.
Like,
Right. Yes.
but wow,
Yes.
that's a really cool story. Thank
I
you for
love
sharing
that.
that.
Thank you.
But yeah, any story that you have, like, feel free to interrupt and tell me
Okay.
as I'm talking and blabble and babbing and but I can't even say the word. Anyway, uh, but
Thank
okay,
you.
so let's get into how did being a teen mom shape your fight mindset?
Hmm.
Well, I guess at the time you
So,
weren't a teen mom, but
well, but you know what? That teen mom is definitely part of
yeah,
of
that
what pushes
journey.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Um, I was 16, and
Mm,
a lot of girls didn't even get a chance to go to school and finish school and graduate while I was sitting at the desk sideways because
yeah.
I couldn't fit. I mean, but I
Oh,
was that determined to finish school. And so I actually got an opportunity to graduate from school early. And so I graduated from school early because I went to Chaminade Julienne. Shout out to Chaminade Julienne.
okay.
It's an awesome Catholic school in Dayton.
Okay.
But it is a very prestigious school. And so I was able to earn enough credits there my junior year that carried over that I could graduate early. And so I was able to graduate early and with honors, but I miss getting my honors
Nice.
gown. So I have an honors gown somewhere.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I busted my tail. I knew then that it was just even more so important that I graduate. And so I got to do that. And then I got to come back at the end of the school year and walk with my classmates. And so that
Wow.
was really cool. That was awesome. And um, um,
Yeah.
extremely important to me. So
Can I ask
it's
how's your support system when you're going through all that?
um
It was
really good
good.
actually. Um, my mom is man, she's something else too.
Mm,
Like she is that diamond that people talk about, just
mm,
made from the rough, like that is my mom. And so the beginning part is always hard because especially
Yeah.
when you have all these expectations. Not only she didn't have them of me, I had them of myself. And
Right.
so I put a lot of pressure on myself to be great
Mhm.
and still and to me that's the best pressure because that's like
Mhm.
now it's just me versus me. I'm not really versing anybody else at
Yeah.
that point. It's just now how am I besting myself? How am I, pushing a little bit more each day? And so yeah, like she was there 100% of the way. She was taking me to school when I was taking classes in the summer and
Yeah.
and picking me up and like
Great.
she helped, she was there 100% after having the baby. And so you definitely need that support.
Mhm.
Even if your circle is small, you need somebody, you need
Yeah.
something, and everybody does. That's why we're not just born alone. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And so, um, it was um the best of a situation that was hard
Yeah.
for everybody, to deal with. And then now you just instead of give up, you just revamp the plan.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so that just kind of is what that ended up having to be. And so I then went into working at a learning center and doing the assistant teaching and um shout out to Delightful Days.
Okay.
Gosh,
Okay.
I worked there for 10 years and
Nice.
I miss everybody there. I love you guys.
Real quick before you get into that,
Sure.
what advice if someone were listening to this right now that was going through a similar situation, maybe they have the support, maybe they don't.
Yeah.
What advice would you give them?
I would say one thing I always tried to do was look at people that were greater.
Mm,
Um, I think that sometimes we have a tendency to compare ourselves to people that are lower than us because then it makes us feel like maybe we're doing better. I'm doing better than this. So at least,
yeah.
it's that kind of conversation versus like, no, by the time he was 30, dude had like this going on. He was leading the community and helping the people
Mm,
and so that essentially is what I try to do is like be make the great people the mark, make the great
yeah.
people the standard,
Mm,
um, um, and keep the standards high. And so I tried to really look at that and just really God. I've always been really honed in on God and
yeah.
my relationship with God, and really making sure that my life reflects that.
Yeah.
That's really big to me, and so it shapes how I go about everything and how I do things, the way I even make decisions and choices and things like that. And so
Yeah.
it's easy to get lost because unfortunately a lot of people are.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I really try to focus in on God,
Yeah.
because that's what He says. If we don't have a father, we look to our heavenly Father, and so that is kind of how I try to look at everything. If you don't have a mother, look to your heavenly Father. If you don't have a father, look to your heavenly Father. If your heavenly Father is your heavenly mother, then look to your heavenly mother. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, I think that that's just kind of how I've always kind of been that way,
Yeah,
and
sure.
that's kind of always been my saving grace and everything. I
Okay.
think too.
Okay.
Um,
Let me ask you this. So you said that well, there's 2 points. Some people look down look below them and think, "Oh, I've got a good life because of that." It's very fascinating that you said that because I experience that all the time being in a wheelchair.
yes.
Like I used to work in the retail space and you don't know how many people came in, didn't talk to me, didn't say hi, just be like, I'm so proud that you're in a wheelchair and you're working here. That's
Yeah.
just so awesome. And
Yeah.
it's like, one of the things that I do get into a lot is there's a TED talk that's called "I'm Not Your Inspiration, Thank You Very Much."
Mm.
And I'm
Mm.
like so on it. Like I don't know
Yeah.
that I fully agree with it because if you get inspired by me getting out of bed and going to work and
Yeah.
you can do something better with and then you do something better with your life as a result, then fine, I'll be your inspiration, whatever.
Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
least if I am inspiring to you for getting out of bed in the morning, do something with it.
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
kind of my thought.
Yes.
The other the other thing that I wanted to bring up is you've probably heard the phrase comparison is the thief of joy.
Mm.
And there's another quote that I want to throw in there too is somebody said, don't compare yourself to others, but compare yourself to who you were yesterday.
Mm.
And I think, one, I'm curious what your thoughts are on that. And then two, how you think that I don't think that conflicts with when you said look at other people and benchmark yourself from there.
Mm.
I still think there's an element of you looking at those people and being like, I can be that. Let me do the work to do that,
Yes.
And
Yes.
then you can compare your
Yes.
progress and stuff like that. But you're
Yes.
not beating yourself up that you're not at that point yet or whatever,
No,
right?
absolutely not. Because that's exactly the thing. We're just asked to try and do better each day and better ourselves each day. And so if
Yeah.
you're making those conscious efforts, and that's really all it takes.
Mhm.
I mean, like, we try to complicate things that are so simple. And even that's weird to me.
Mhm.
It's like be kind, be nice, love people. I don't
Mhm.
know. It's not hard. I mean, like,
Yeah.
be respectful. I think it reminds me of that respect isn't uh it's what's that saying people like to say all the time about respect? It's not earned. It's not given. It's earned. You gotta,
RESPECT. No, I'm just
you
kidding.
gotta, you gotta. It's and it's like no, just you just respect people until it's unearned. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's the
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's
I
like
do know what you're
that
talking
once
about.
that saying it just. I think unfortunately people it kind of drives home to people, but to me it's just the opposite. Like
Yeah.
no, you respect should be given until it's unearned. It's
Right.
not, only given when it's earned. That doesn't really make any sense. It's kind of like backwards. So, you know what I mean? Like,
Interesting.
I respect everybody unless you give me a reason not to, because
Yeah.
everybody has their own perspective. Everybody has their own ideas. Everybody has their own, insight. And
Yeah.
so, I like to be more open minded in that way.
Yeah.
And perspective
Yeah.
just also gives me a different take on life too.
Yeah.
And so that's just kind of what I mean too. But like, if you are going to compare yourself to something, at least let it be here.
Yeah.
Don't let it be down there, like, or the bare minimum of something, because that's easy. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
Like, um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's essentially like push yourself and like I think it's the comparison that I draw is like I can be that. It's
yes,
gonna be hard. The path is gonna be tumultuous.
yeah.
Tu- I can't talk today.
That's
Tumultuous. I'm not. Can you pronounce it for me?
tumultuous.
Yeah,
I
tumultuous. There
got
you
you.
go.
I
Okay,
got your
wow.
back.
Yeah, anyway, the path is gonna be tumultuous
Yes,
and
sir.
it's but it's I'll draw another real quick correlation is I've lost a little over 36 pounds in the last couple months.
Awesome.
Since probably closer to the beginning of the year, not couple months, but one of my
Gotcha.
mindset switches was Zach, you're not going to find a diet that you quote unquote like.
Gotcha.
You've got to find a diet that works. And whatever diet that is, it's going to be hard, but you can do hard things.
Yes.
And that little bit at the end was what changed it for me. It's
Yes.
like, oh, like it's too hard is what some people might say. And it's like, no, no,
Yes.
no. Have faith in yourself. You can
Yes.
do hard things. You
Yes.
got this,
Yes. Yes.
so
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we're built for it. We've just forgotten.
yeah,
Um, you know, um, that's how we evolve. That's how progression uh and then we should be focused on each generation getting better, not worse,
yeah,
So that is
yeah,
just a lot of that wisdom needs to be passed down
yeah.
for sure. Um, yeah.
Let me ask you this because it's interesting. One of the reasons why I got involved in MMA is because I feel like in our society we don't do enough hard things,
Yes.
and so do you agree with that sentiment of like we're kind of in let's say a soft society or people full of like whatever. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, no, I really do. It's weird because we're evolving in some places, we're just completely totally going backwards in
Yeah.
others, and it's like, where do we find the medium
Yeah.
in it all? We're evolving technically, but we're devolving humanely.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I'd rather have the humane
Mm,
back than the inhuman that
right.
we're getting introduced to and being a part of, unfortunately. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, we've definitely gotten away from that. It's like when I think about all of the latest inventions, like everything is to make something easier.
Yeah.
It's always make something easier.
Mm,
There's never something where it's like, oh, just, um an innovative way to do it, maybe more efficiently and
yeah.
smarter still, but definitely, but you know what I mean? Like nowadays it's like, oh, you don't even have to track don't count this. The phone will do for
Right.
so it's
Yeah.
just it's weird. It's weird. We live in a really weird time, and I feel like I'm the middle child.
Yeah.
I'm an 80s baby, and so I'm the middle child in all of this, and it's I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and and things making it easier for us. We aren't working as hard. We
Yeah.
aren't moving. I was fortunate enough to be able to get a space at a community garden this year,
Yeah.
and I was really adamant about starting to really grow our own food and our own everything. I'm
Oh,
like,
cool.
we're all. It doesn't matter how much money you make. You are completely dependent if you can't go to your
Yeah.
yard and pick your food.
Right.
And if you still have to shop and go to Kroger or a Whole Food Mart or whatever,
Right.
doesn't matter where you have to go. If you can't find it in the home or in the backyard, then you're just as independent as the rest of us.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's a reality, you know what I mean? And so that pushed me to really wanna get the garden going and try and get started on um growing and
Mm,
farming, and so,
that's
being able
awesome.
to get the piece of land because I live in a townhouse,
Yeah.
and they spray, and so I can't grow anything back there, I wouldn't
Uh,
want to, so,
yeah.
um, I was fortunate enough to get a space in a community garden, and, when we first went out there, we were gonna get all these electric things, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
like, I'm tilling by hand. I'm gonna till so I tilled the plot by hand, and I mean, my hands were blistered up. I
Yeah.
probably couldn't move my arms for 2 days, but I wanted that. I
Cool.
wanted that feeling. I wanted to know I wanted to barefoot till the land. Like, I
Yeah.
wanted to know what that's like, where people actually have to do the work and know, and then you get the fruits, the
Yeah.
real fruits of your labor. I wanted that feeling, and so,
Yeah.
so I'm like, you put that electric tiller away, and
Right.
oh, man, and so it was hard, but it was good, and like every turn just felt like amazing. Like
Mm,
this was awesome. I felt
interesting.
connected with my ancestors,
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
did, because it felt like this is how the work is supposed to be. Like
Yeah.
this is what we'd be doing if we didn't have grocery stores. And
Right.
so, the Industrial Revolution,
Right.
it did something to us too in that. And so, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
such an old soul. I am. I don't know if you've noticed that by now.
You're a very
Um,
deep intellectual, so I'll give you that.
Thank
It's pretty
you. I
awesome
appreciate
listening to you
that.
so far.
Thank you.
Um, so tell me about the moment that you said, "I want to box." You kind of touched on it a little bit, but what was happening in your world and like
Yeah. So I was going through just a transitionary phase. I had been at the learning center that, for a decade. I just had my youngest child. I was going to school actually online,
Mm.
also, and I think I was maybe like one semester away from graduating when they switched over the manual. It was out of date now, and the entire degree was no good.
Oh, no.
No good. No good.
Oh.
And so it
And of
was,
course they wouldn't refund you or
oh
anything,
no,
right? Like,
nope, nope. So now you've paid to go to school for
yeah.
all this time you've worked on, and you think it's going to end in this degree
Oh,
in this new chapter, and it was like, nope.
wow.
In just an instant, all it took was an email. We're switching from the ICD-9 to the ICD-10, and none of the information transferred over. None of the
Wow.
coding transferred over, and so that was big. That
Yeah.
was big. And so yeah, I was just kind of in that. I was in this transition, and then it was like everything else I was trying, it just was not working out, and I'm like, okay, pause.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to be doing right
Yeah.
now? I'm not listening.
Yeah.
Something is happening. I'm not listening. I'm not hearing. And so I paused for a little bit and I just started listening.
Mm.
And one of my really good friends, her cousin was having exhibition boxing matches
Yeah.
in Dayton. And I went to the first one. And then by the second one, I was like, I'm going to do it.
Oh,
And so
okay.
And so I signed up and I missed the registration for the second one. I was so sad about that. But the third one, I got in on the third one. And so yeah, shout out to Queen of the Ring, Dayton,
Okay.
Ohio.
Okay.
Dayton, Ohio, Queen of the Ring. And so yeah, I got in there and that night I fought two girls. It
Mhm.
was like a
Oh, you
tournament
just
style.
jumped right
Oh, I
in?
just jumped right in.
Whoa.
I
Like,
just jumped right
just
in.
started
Just
fighting
walked in.
people. Wow.
My mom laughs about it. She's like, "We literally just went from the car into the ring." Like, I don't know how this happened, but she was down from the beginning too. So yeah. So that's my partner in crime. So yeah, we pulled up and
Mm.
yeah, I walked in and had no idea who I was gonna fight.
Mm.
I had no idea how it was gonna go. I was just there. I had my gloves and my headgear. I lost my mouthpiece.
Oh.
And so I had to get one they had, which hadn't been molded. So that was
Oh, yeah.
just raw plastic on your gums. That was,
Do your
but
teeth hurt after you do something like that, or?
you know what? My gums bother me just a little
Oh,
bit,
okay.
just because of it's just like rubbing. It
Yeah,
hasn't
yeah,
been molded. It's just like hard rubber, like
yeah,
just cutting
yeah.
your gums. I'm like,
Uh,
but it was awesome, man. It was crazy. I won there the first fight, and I won that fight, and so I went
wow.
on to the Queen of the Ring, um, and I lost that fight.
Okay.
Um, but I was rejuvenated. I
Yeah,
was like, okay, we're in the space we're supposed to be in now.
yeah,
So now what are the next steps? And before I was asking what the next steps are, it was coming together.
yeah,
And then that's how I knew. I was like, okay, I'm
yeah.
on the path. I'm on the path. And so yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Um, did I ask you what keeps you rolling forward? I did. I didn't, did I?
I don't know.
I think I skipped right past that. I was just thinking, I was like, wait a minute, we're getting into a story. I should have asked what keeps you rolling forward. I don't know how I did that.
Good.
Well, let's get into that real quick. We can come back to boxing and your story there.
Yeah.
And I do have a follow-up question based on something you just said.
Okay.
But let's get into what keeps you rolling forward.
Okay.
So,
Um, the future.
the
Um,
future.
really, um, my kids are, everything.
Yeah.
They really are. Like, they are extremely supportive. Um, my oldest helps me with the youngest. They help each other. They're there when I'm not there. And, so they are really the sacrifices that we've all made
Yeah.
in this is also what pushes me because I'm like, it's not for nothing. It can't
Yeah.
have been for nothing.
Yeah.
And, I understood early on that I'm supposed to um, take this as far as it can go. And so I feel like I owed it to them for them to see that I'm seeing this through,
Mm.
to see what real dedication and sacrifice and focus looks like. And for the next generation of boxers that are coming up,
Mm.
uh, I really hope that this era and this time opens the doors more for them
Mm,
as each of the eras before us have done for us. And so um, I'm really glad that women's boxing has the momentum now.
mhm.
And I just felt like it was good timing.
Yeah.
Part of me felt like I feel good. I feel like, um, you know, uh, 43, I don't even think about that.
Mm,
It's not even a thought process to me. Because then for me, I feel like God was like aging me in reverse. Like,
yeah.
I don't, I like, and I'm like, he's preparing me for the war. And so like, that's what I was feeling like, so,
You're the second person that's made. Have you ever seen Benjamin Button?
yes.
It's about him aging
Yeah.
backwards, right? You're the
Yeah.
first person. You're the second person on my podcast that's made a reference
That's
to
so
like aging
funny. That's
backwards. I'm like, oh,
awesome.
that's
That's
interesting.
awesome. I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah, because I feel like that and I feel really good. And so so yeah,
Okay.
for the future, that's why, I'm ready to push myself to make the big run now. Like I
That's
want to
great.
be in the present. Like I want to be
Yeah.
the present. I'm the present.
Yeah.
Because I am on my way out. I'm not fighting for 10 more years.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Cool. Yeah.
So, so I'm hoping that, yeah.
So for someone listening that doesn't have momentum right now, or even like is afraid to lose their momentum,
Yeah.
what's one skill that you do to just stay consistent at what you're doing?
Um, you know what? I would say it's actually along the lines of watching fights.
Oh.
Um, that is what pushes me to keep going with the physical portion of it. Like,
Mm,
get your tail up and go to the gym. Like,
yeah.
this is what you want to do. This is what you want to be. If I force myself to look at it every day and I'm like, Are you doing enough? Like,
Mm,
are you doing enough to be there? Are you doing enough to be on that stage? Because I still want to earn it.
mm,
I want to deserve it. I don't want to just be walking through it. Fortunately for me, I'm in a weight division that I can kind of do that in a little bit, but I still want people know that I deserve to be here, and I
right.
do.
Yeah.
I work my tail off, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm here for that for sure. And so
That's
so yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So you mentioned something along the lines of purpose. I don't know if that was your exact word.
Hmm.
Um, one thing that I've been kind of thinking about a lot recently is when you hear someone say find your purpose
Hmm.
and you don't have a purpose, it almost rings hollow. Like
Hmm.
I think I found a purpose with coaching tennis and everything that I'm doing. Like I'm moving closer and closer to what I think I'm meant to be doing on this
Yeah,
earth, right?
yeah.
And so I had a moment in my life where I didn't know what my purpose was. I needed let's say I didn't want to do it alone maybe,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
I was scared to make the leap or whatever
Yeah,
else. Like
yeah.
um if someone doesn't have a purpose or doesn't maybe feels directionless,
Hmm.
what advice would you give them to get started?
So I heard this line in this show, and this guy said, "I know who you are, even if you don't."
I know who you are. I knew who you
I
are
know who you are, even if you
even if you
don't.
don't. Okay. Is that like a
Um,
biblical?
it it may be from the Game of Thrones. I
Oh,
just started watching that,
okay,
by the
okay.
way. I'm a late bloomer on the Game of Thrones, everyone. I
Yeah, me
so
too.
I it may have been actually in one of those episodes. I want to say it may have been in one of those episodes, and he may have been talking to Jon Snow actually,
Oh.
and so I believe that that's Jon Snow doesn't know that he's who his mother is, and
Mhm.
that he's part of both of these kingdoms, and he's the true the true king, the one,
Yeah.
and man, I loved that. I
Yeah.
loved that. I love that so much. I know who you are, even if you don't, because a
Yeah.
lot of times we don't. But it takes for us to really. first of all, decide that we want one.
Uh, oh, oh,
Do you know what I mean?
that's a good call. You have to want
You know
one.
what I mean? Like you have to want one first.
Yeah,
You have to be open to understanding that we're all here in some shape or form for some form of calling.
yeah,
Like, and so and then once you decide that, then be open to seeking it out. And also, even if it's not what you want, I never thought I'd be boxing.
yeah.
I almost hate to say it out loud because it almost feels like I'm saying this thing of like, oh, well, then why are you boxing? Right? Like, but I promise you, there's no part of me ever in my mind, I was going to be a lawyer or a president.
Yeah.
And so, boxing,
Mm,
like, it's still shocking to me. Like,
mm,
it still surprises me, but um, that is all on faith.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, that's all in faith. Because I never saw it. I never thought that was my purpose. I never thought it was my path.
yeah.
I never. So if you're willing to be open to hearing it and then pivot,
Mm,
are you open to pivot?
yeah,
Um,
yeah, pivot.
are you open to something that you never thought of before
Mm,
that just may be not necessarily what you're going to do ultimately, but what is going to lead you to the thing that you are going to do ultimately?
right,
Are you open to having different paths to that?
yeah,
Are you open to creating your own?
right,
I created my own lane.
yeah,
That's one thing I appreciate about listening. Like, I listened and I was like, well, then let's go.
yeah,
And then I'm going to do it this way.
yeah,
I've said no plenty of times,
yeah.
you know?
Do you know who Zach Thomas is?
Mm,
He works he trains at this gym. He was a boxer. He was I want to say Golden Globe, but that's movies. What's the
Gold gloves.
Golden Gloves?
Okay. See,
He
you
was
were
a
close.
yeah, right. He was a Golden Gloves fighter, maybe a finalist. I don't know, but
Mm,
anyway,
okay.
he said something very similar. He said, if it's not out there for you, then create it.
Yes.
I thought that was so profound. It's like
Yes.
you have the power within you
Absolutely.
to do that. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the blueprint. Like I appreciate blueprints.
Yeah.
Like those are the guidances.
Mhm.
But you know, there's a million ways to do one thing.
Yeah.
There's a thousand ways to paint a flower. So I mean, like really, there's just there's so many different avenues, and somebody had to do it.
Mhm.
Why not you? Why not be the pioneer of that? Why not push? Why not you?
Yeah.
Like really.
I think maybe a common objection, and maybe I'm pulling this out my bum, but I think a common objection might be something along the lines of, "Well, I don't have the skills. I could never do that." Blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
And I quote Alex Hormozy a lot. He's a business guy who is in fitness training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But one of the things he says is, "Hey, listen, build the skills to become that person."
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
for me in this podcast, I know nothing about OBS, which is the platform that we're using to record this.
Gotcha.
I didn't know about lighting or sound dampening or
Yeah.
microphones or anything like that,
Yeah.
and I learned, and of
Yes.
course, talking with ChatGPT has been a amazing thing just to kind of get what I want as far as the podcast structure and
Sure.
all that. So yeah,
That's awesome.
I love it.
Yes.
Um, Here's something a little bit more fun. What's the weirdest thing an opponent said to you in the ring, if if anything?
Oh my gosh.
Do you have it sounds like you have something that comes to mind?
Well, it's just my first fight. There's just oh my goodness, so many things. Um, Princess Harrison. Shout out to Princess Harrison. I love her.
Okay.
Um, she talked to me the whole fight. And I mean, like, in my mind, I'm like, how is she doing this? Like, I can't even breathe. Like, how is she talking and fighting? Like, but I mean, the whole time, I mean, she would just say all kind of stuff. Are you tired yet? Yeah. Why aren't you? How are you used to talk? So
Wait,
she
did you
started
talk to her back?
Oh, yeah, we talked the whole time. We talked throughout the entire fight. Uh, you know,
That's
um,
so
oh
funny.
man, it was so funny because she was so sweet, and so it was so funny, like, but once that bell rung, it was on. Like, she
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, you're getting punched in the face, sweetheart. Welcome to the fighting game." And so,
Yeah.
oh man, that yes, that was probably one of the funniest experiences was with her.
Mm.
A lot of jaw jacking. And I go back and I watch that fight and I just laugh at so many of the moments in that because I can see when I'm talking and I can see my head kind of moving and we're going back and forth a little bit. Yeah, how did that feel? How was that punch? You like that? Did you like that? So but yeah, it was good. It was good. But that was
Yeah.
probably funny.
Yeah.
The you're tired and that was the best.
I
I'm like, yes, I'm
yeah.
tired, but give me some of your energy with that.
That's
So that was good.
hysterical. I
That was
don't
a good
think
time. I love it.
I don't think I have one for tennis. It's funny. I say this sometimes to the people who I've on. I don't know that I plan like for tennis and stuff like that because I used to play tennis and I traveled around the world and whatnot. But like
Awesome.
I don't know. I guess we're a little bit further apart in the tennis court than the rings, so
Gotcha.
maybe it's not as weird. But I don't know. I'm sure somebody said something weird to me. There's been some weird experiences for sure that I've had that I've encountered. But
Yeah.
um,
Competition gets real sometimes, man. It's like,
yeah,
oh yeah, we're in it now.
yeah. Um, well, there's two examples that I thought of is sometimes I'll come across like an MMA clip or something like that,
Yeah.
and I saw one where they're on like opposite sides of each other, like their head to feet kind of
Okay.
thing,
Yeah.
and this guy just started tickling this guy's foot. It's like it's not necessarily something that like someone said, but that's a
Yeah.
very weird thing to
Right.
do in the
Right.
ring. Like two MMA
It's
fighters. You
extremely unorthodox. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
So
That's
anyway,
funny.
um,
That's funny.
okay. So let's transition into a little bit more boxing talk, but more purpose oriented and stuff like that. So um tell me about the first time you got punched and how you felt, first of all,
Oh, the first time I got
if you
punched.
remember. I feel like I'd remember that
You
if
know
I
what's
did.
crazy? I actually don't.
Oh.
I think that I was in such a zone in that
Mm,
first fight.
mm.
Like everything was so everything's a first.
Yeah,
So
right.
that's the thing. Like everything's
Punching
a
somebody for
first,
the
punching
first time.
somebody, getting
Yeah,
punched, it's all these firsts going on all at the same time.
yeah. Interesting.
Um, so I can't think of a significant punch in a fight. Now, I did take a significant punch in sparring
Yeah,
that I
okay.
was like, "Oh, I'm glad I took that punch in sparring," like, 'cause I know what that feels like now, so
Okay.
I'll figure out how to react to it.
Yeah.
Miss Christy Lerner.
Oh,
No, I love her to pieces, that's my heart. She
this is the same Christy that I know, right?
Yes,
Okay, okay.
yes, so
Just
we yeah,
it's funny because I won't repeat her nickname, but
yeah.
that's how I know her. So it's like, especially when you said her last name, I'm like, wait, is it the same one?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, that would be her.
yeah,
With the name we will anonymously keep on the low low.
yeah, yeah,
Yes, that's Chrissy. That is my girl. Love her to pieces. And she's tough.
yeah,
Well, she's not in there to play. She's tough
yeah,
and she trained hard. Well,
yeah.
we were sparring one day and she threw this overhand right and I saw it coming. But for some reason, I just didn't block it. And I'm thinking to myself as I'm watching it, like, block
You should
the
block this.
overhand. What are you doing? And so I
Oh,
just watched this thing and it lands so perfectly. And it lands on this side. I feel it in my eardrum. It
yeah.
feels like I have like my eardrum has bursted or something. And then I
Oh
feel like
no.
this in the back of my head, and I'm like, what
Yeah.
the what kind of punch? Like what? how did you hit me here?
Yeah.
But I felt it here and here. That
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. That's weird. So I'm glad I took that in sparring, and now I know what that feels like. But
Yeah.
no one shall land that punch on me again.
How many times have you gotten knocked out?
None,
None.
none,
Okay. Okay.
no
How many
knockouts.
people have you knocked out?
I have stopped 2 people.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, that's my goal now. I'm like,
Just knock
yeah,
them out.
just to stop them,
Okay.
just stop them.
I love that. Okay.
Boxing. I have this thing with boxing and fighting, but
Yeah.
the art of it. I love
Yeah.
the technique of it,
Of
and
course.
so, but yeah, I
Okay.
think that's my goal from here on out is to just.
Okay. So how long have you been a pro now?
So I went pro in 2021.
Okay. So
Yes,
four
I
4 years.
Yep, I
Okay.
debuted during the pandemic, so that was another crazy
Awesome.
element to debuting was
Interesting.
yeah, finding someone that was even having shows then, and
Yeah.
COVID testing and
Ah,
all that fun jazz. So
interesting.
yeah, it was a very interesting time.
So, okay, so 4 years, you're a
Yes,
pro boxer, you have, a nonprofit business,
yes,
you have 3 kids. How old are your
yeah,
kids, can I ask?
sure. 25, 21, and 14.
Okay, so there's 2 out of the house essentially and 1 that you're still taking care of,
Yes, yeah,
is what I'm gathering. Yeah,
yeah.
okay. And so how do you balance motherhood, faith, and punching people in the face?
Oh my goodness, I know. It's so crazy. It's this weird yin and yang kind of thing.
Yeah,
I had to really start looking at boxing as my job.
uh,
That's how I kind of rectify everything. And
okay.
that's how I reckon with it. It's my job, and you can be a warrior for good
Yeah,
also. And so
yeah.
that's how I had to rectify it also.
Mm,
Was just kind of like, okay, well, how do I reckon with fighting, but not wanting to hurt people and not wanting to, and
oh,
just kind of like, there was kind of like this balance to find, and then so it's like it has to be that on off switch,
yeah,
and so I had to find that on off switch, and so I'm finding that now, and so
okay,
it's making me more way more ready to be
interesting.
in the mix for sure.
So that leads me into to my next question. So as far as your faith and then fighting,
Yes.
what would you say to someone who would tell you that that contradicts them? That those two things contradict each other.
So that's something that even I kind of struggled with
Okay.
a little bit because I'm like, okay, I'm on this path. It's a path of violence. So,
Yeah.
um, but then, again, like I said, there are warriors for good as
Yeah.
well, and there are
Yeah.
warriors for bigger causes. And, um, you know, um, that's biblical.
Yeah.
And so it's like I can be fighting for the good side. And
Yeah.
so in my mind and in my heart and in my spirit, that's how I reckon with those things.
Yeah.
Um, because you have to.
Yeah.
You can't just sit back and do nothing. And so
Right.
that's kind of my idea and how I kind of like mesh those two things together.
I love that.
And I constantly pray about it because, like I said, God
Yeah.
knows my heart. He knows I don't want to be. I'm not that person. Like I don't.
Yeah.
That I am a break it up person.
Yeah.
I'm in a bouncer drill, and now I'm fighting the people off of the guy that I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be beating up kind of person so that
Yeah.
and that follows me.
Yeah.
So it's like so yeah, I've had to kind of reckon with that a little bit to find the balance, and now more
Yeah.
or less looking at it as my job and being a warrior of good and courage and bravery and
Yeah.
freedom and
What
yeah.
what came to my mind was there's two things. One, just being in the MMA space,
Hmm.
or fighting space, or what do you whatever you want to call it.
Hmm.
Like, there's a different sort of grit that comes from it. You
Yes.
know.
Yes.
And that changes you just to be a better person inside the ring and outside the ring, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
And so like that is one way that I was thinking of it.
Yes.
And then two, um, everybody that's in the ring is agreed, and everybody else, everybody that's agreeing has agreed, and they like doing it,
Yeah.
or else they would quit, right? They'd
Yes.
find something else.
That's right.
So it's
That's right.
basically two people that
That's
enjoy
right.
hitting each other in the
That's true.
face, and so
You're like, all is fair.
yeah. So it's like it's not
Yeah.
really the competition, and you're bettering yourself, and
Yes.
then like just in the MMA space in general, like if you get confronted on the street, like obviously like with jujitsu, at least the first rule is to run if you
Yes.
can, right? Get out of it. The
Yes.
second rule is to de-escalate, and the third rule is to I don't know, maybe this isn't even the third rule, but like then it's like, okay, get the person in a state where they can't fight you anymore.
Yes.
And so even those skills and teaching those skills out are very beneficial for your protection, the protection of those around you, and
Yes.
so on and so forth. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
100%.
Um okay, so as far as going back to balancing everything, I mean, gosh, like you're just in a movie,
Yeah.
you're promoting for that as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'm quite satisfied enough with your answer with how the heck you do that. Like,
I
still
know.
doesn't seem possible to me.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy because me and my girlfriend talk about this all the time. And she's like, you are the type of person that needs more than a 24-hour day. Like, how do we get you more than a 24-hour day? She just
Yeah.
texted me that today too. And I just laugh because I'm like, I promise you I don't know how. It's just nonstop.
Yeah.
It's just I'm on go.
Yeah.
From the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep.
Mm,
It's a push. I mean, and
yeah.
then I homeschool my youngest.
Mm,
And so my baby girl, we homeschooled her 4 years of high school, and then
yeah.
she graduated from her class, and now she's in college, and
Yeah.
she'll be graduating next year with her college degree. And so
Yeah.
we're just all everybody knows the goal
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
and so it really works,
Yeah.
and it flows, and that's what makes it easier too,
Mm.
is that everybody's on the same page. They know, and then if we get off track, I'm like, hey. You guys know mom's doing maybe today we might not be able to do this thing, I
Yeah.
can't fit it in today. I'm sorry, we got to squeeze it in tomorrow. And so,
Right. Right.
I appreciate that my schedule isn't 9 to 5 because my gosh, I don't know how I'd be doing it.
Yeah.
And so to be honest with you, that's another way that I'm
Yeah.
able to as well is because my work can be throughout the day. I can, if I need to bake, 10 pies for tomorrow, well, I can do that at night if I need to stay up and do it. I don't
Right.
have to do it at this set time. I can still go to the gym, get my work in.
Right.
We can get schoolwork done earlier in the day. I can go do my bopping around that I need to for that
Yeah.
stuff, and
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
So uh that has been it's just nonstop. It's
Yeah.
nonstop.
Yeah.
It's I'm so about
Yeah. Me too.
being purposeful about everything. Like it's so important because time is
Yeah.
so short and so constrained, and so
Right.
it's like that's the thing. Like I like wake up, like get your tail up. Even the
Yeah.
days I don't want to, I'm like get up and run.
All right.
Get out of the bed, like get up.
Yeah.
Like you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And so that's just get up. Just get up. That's the
I
thing. Like
love
just
that.
go. Like,
Yeah.
and that's how I have to move.
Right.
Um
Yeah. It's I sometimes I'll talk to my mom, and I'll tell her like my calendar, and like from when I was like in high school and even
yeah.
in my 20s, she's like, "Who are you?" Like,
Yeah.
and it's like the more I've taken on, the more gratifying life becomes,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Yes, you get to see these, the reap what you sow kind of thing.
yeah.
Like you really get to see. That's what I love about the garden. Like I come out there and every week the watermelons are bigger and the zucchini
Yeah.
are bigger and the
Yeah.
peppers are grown and it's just like, oh, so satisfying. It
Yeah.
really is. Being able to cook with stuff from my garden, like it's amazing. It
Yeah.
really is a good feeling. And so I feel like once you feel that and you get that rush of that,
Mm.
then it will help you also because it's just discipline.
Yeah.
You know, a lot
Yeah.
of it's just discipline.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so easy in today's world to like just get on your phone and doom
Oh
scroll through
yeah.
Instagram or whatever else. And
Yes. Yes.
like that's honestly one of the reasons why I started doing this is because I heard somebody say, probably on an Instagram reel, but uh I heard someone say like, hey, like start creating content instead of
Mhm.
consuming. And
Mm,
I thought that was pretty cool. So
that is. That
um
is. I like that.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
that a
So
lot.
anyway, so I'm thinking like now when I'm scrolling, it's like I could be editing my next short. I could be creating
Mm.
a better thumbnail. I could be
Yes.
whatever else.
Yes.
So
Yes.
like there's a long list of things I could do with the podcast that I'm
Yes.
wasting my time scrolling on.
That's
So
right. That's right. I
um
love that.
let's talk a little bit more about faith, which I guess is big to you.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. You're like, yeah, we
Absolutely.
how does that show up in your life, like your family? I suppose we talked about it about in the ring, but then your nonprofit as well.
Mhm, mhm. So my the nonprofit is FIT.
Mhm.
It's fighter inspired training,
Mhm.
and Rob helped me with that. Thank you, Rob, so much for allowing me to use that. It
Can I
is
tell you real quick?
yes.
He was there when I created the Rolling Forward podcast
I
title.
love that. I
Yeah,
love that. I love
yeah,
that. Yes, yes. He's awesome with that. And
yeah.
um
Wait,
it's
can you repeat what
no,
fit
sure.
means?
FIT is a fighter inspired training.
I love that. Okay.
Yes. And so it's the style of training like we would get from Rob. It's an each one teach one kind of thing like I just learned from him, like the strength training and the
Yeah,
transitioning into the fighting, which is also the self defense for you, but also getting you fit.
yeah,
And so it's a beautiful thing to be able to mesh those things in one because you're getting you're getting this thing in totality. You're learning defense, you're learning how to fight, you're getting in
yeah,
shape, you're losing weight, you're feeling good, you're feeling great. And so and then you get even all of the awesome spiritual feeling from
yeah.
everything. And so I love that. And so that is kind of what that's the gist of the
Mhm.
organization. And so I am mobile also. And so I go around to different
Mm,
organizations and we work on different classes and
mm,
just anything that I can help with organizations and different things. I really that's my goal, and so that helps me transition into that.
mm,
That helps me transition the fighting into the other things that I want to do and kind of mesh those worlds together. And so
yeah.
I'd like to shout out Miss Doris Thomas and Angel at Nevertheless.
Hi, Miss Doris and Angel.
Yes,
Hi, Angel.
they are doing some beautiful, beautiful things with the community, and I love these ladies. And I will hopefully be back up there this week, but I plan on trying to make sure I'm there and for those ladies and whatever they need in that organization. They help with young ladies in the community who need help, and from everything from music classes to computer classes to cooking classes
Yeah,
to business classes, and so they're amazing.
yeah.
And so I appreciate those ladies. And so I
Cool.
can't wait to really be able to solidly collaborate with them.
Mm,
And so yeah, it just I get to take fit with me and
yeah,
it's wherever you need me to be, and
yeah.
that's kind of what I want to do. I have tried to reach out to different organizations in the city because I'd also like to help with self defense courses for domestic violence
Mm,
survivors.
yeah.
That's a group that is near and dear to my heart, near and dear to my mom's heart,
Mhm.
and so really want to figure out a way to kind of needle through that a little bit. I've reached out to some of the organizations and I've kind of gotten some pushback, unfortunately.
Mm.
So I may just have to create my own lane, but that's something we were already talking about. I
Yeah,
may have to
let's
create my own
go.
lane in that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, yeah. I'm just here. I'm just
Yeah.
going with the flow and
Um,
trying to do it all.
I had a question. I lost it. But okay, so going back to your faith,
Yes.
how does that show up in your entire life, like everything that you do?
Yeah. So it really shapes everything that I do. Like when
Yeah.
it's the first thing when I wake up in the morning, I thank God. I'm like,
Mm,
I pray for clarity. Pray for discernment. I pray for, you know, continuously following my path.
mm,
I pray on how to be a service to others. And so that is huge to me because that's just
mm.
it's really a lot of the focus of what we're asked to do. And so I really try to do that, and like I said, just try to it's the guiding force of everything that I do.
Yeah.
And so I hope that it shows up in everything that I do, and I hope that you're able to see it in everything that I do, because I
Right.
want to make sure that it's carried with me
Yeah.
and that it is seen through everything. Is this what I've literally leaned on
Yeah.
for this past decade? And uh it's been amazing. It
Yeah.
really has.
That's awesome. So sounds like in the last decade, that's when you really found faith?
Well, no, I've had it. I've been in the faith for since I can remember. My grandma Shirley, that was something that was really close to her heart. And so she was the glue for that. Like she made sure all the grandkids went to church, and she made sure that we to try to introduce us into having our own relationship with God
Mm,
and things of that nature. So it started with her, really just really implanting that,
mm,
and really that being such a focused. Once I also got older, made me realize how much more I need to make that a focus as well. And
mm.
so I had to kind of come back to a full circle. So there were just some spaces in there where, um, I know I wasn't listening,
Sure. Yeah.
and I know I wasn't following, and so
Yeah.
but those are, just learning lessons and moments. And then um, in those times where I was really questioning is just when it just showed back up in full force. Like it
Right.
was like, boom,
Yeah. Yeah.
here we go. And so man, I've just been on that ride
Interesting.
since, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fascinating. Thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
Um, let's talk a little bit more about fighting.
Okay.
Um, do you have a fight ritual that you do that maybe is unique or
Mm, not yet.
not yet?
Because I'm
Okay.
still kind of trying to figure that out for myself as a fighter.
Yeah.
I have only have 4 fights, and
Yeah.
so,
Oh.
each fight, each experience has been different,
I
and
forget in the
so
fighting world you need a lot of time to
yeah,
recover
just
and stuff like that.
just a little bit of, that unfortunately, that's my only experience,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
most people have an amateur background and they
Right.
have at least all that experience to fall back on, and,
Yeah.
I unfortunately, I don't have that,
Sure.
and so, every fight is different,
Yeah.
every experience has been different, every,
Yeah.
trip has been different, every opponent has been different, and
Yeah.
so it's really been, um just me trying to figure out what works for me.
Yeah.
Um, feet up, feet down, music to myself in the crowd, eat something, don't eat something,
Yeah.
So each time has been different.
Yeah.
But the prayer is always the same.
Yeah.
The prayer is always the same. And that's always the
Cool.
the main focus. And
Yeah.
then all the other things are the experiences that come along with it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's all different. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm still figuring that out as a fighter, actually.
Yeah, that's interesting. So when I do have another question about your younger years in a second, but
Hmm.
when I was competing in wheelchair tennis, I would always do a visualization the night before. If I didn't know my
Gotcha.
opponent, I would um I would just imagine like a shadow essentially that I'm playing against, and I'd imagine myself playing the best tennis I ever have, and I'm in
Gotcha.
a relaxed state at this point, and then the next day I wake up. I try to eat a good breakfast and stuff like that. Maybe a lunch if it's later on in the afternoon.
Okay.
And then like I don't know if you've been able to tell, but I'm an extreme extrovert. I love talking with people.
Okay.
But before a match, I like 20, 30 minutes before, I'll put in headphones and I'll just focus.
Yeah, like it's lock in
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
And most of the time, if the court was available, I'd do like a 30-minute warm up before the match to make sure I was ready and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
thought I'd share while we're on the topic.
I love
Did you
that.
play any other sports growing up?
I did. So I played basketball
Okay,
in high school. I played 2 years basketball in high school.
yeah.
Um, I was an artsy kid, and so I never thought about sports really up
Ah,
until high school. But
okay.
then once I played, I was like, dang it, I should have started
Yeah,
sooner. You know what I mean? Like, because I needed more of the coaching and the one-on-one and the technical stuff. Kind of the same thing with boxing. And so it
yeah,
was one of those things like it was awesome. It
yeah.
was a good experience.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah, I wish I would have played a little bit earlier.
Huh.
And so yeah, I didn't. I actually was a yeah, I was an artsy girl. I went to school for creative and performing arts when I was here,
Okay.
and so I was a creative writer, and I
Oh.
play the violin and the viola, and so that's kind of
I'm learning
that's
more and
right.
more about what you do.
Yeah.
It's like, what is there anything that you don't do, Chia? That's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, okay. So you played violin and what was the
And
other
the
one?
viola.
The viola. Okay.
Yes, and
I
my mom just bought me a violin for my birthday again,
oh
so I'm back.
nice.
I'm like, yes, I'm getting
Yay.
back into it. I love it. I
Do
miss it.
can you sing?
I can sing.
I
I don't sing.
I
I sing in the shower. I don't want anyone to know my
I
secrets.
I'm not asking you to
No.
do it if you like
Like if you ask me to do a solo, it's not happening, buddy.
that's
No.
hysterical. I can see you having a great voice.
Thank
Like
you.
you
Thank
have like
you.
I don't know.
Thank
I can
you.
see it.
Yes.
That's all I can
Yes.
say about that.
Yes,
But
I can. Thank you.
um okay, so let's do this. Let's get into your legacy, life lessons and other things. So
Mm.
um you've kind of touched on your nonprofit a little bit, but what it maybe even expand on your nonprofit to the with this question, but what do you want to build beyond boxing?
Um, the communities, like, I don't know.
Ooh, I
That's
love
such a
that.
big question because that's my focus is like
Yeah.
bring us back to communities and uh, the
Mm,
village and the family dynamics. And
yeah.
I mean, there's so many things I want to do. Um, and it's so funny because I tend to overwhelm myself.
Mm,
Because I'm like, God, I'm not doing enough. I need
yeah.
to be doing more. And I
Right.
just, and I feel that way all the time. And it sucks when you want to do so much and when you want
Yeah.
to change so much and but when it's limited, you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
I just try to at least find the spaces that I can.
Mm,
Um, but that's the biggest thing. Like I
yeah.
just want to build the communities
Yeah.
back up and um
That's interesting that you say that because if someone asked me that question about like, I'm coaching tennis. So of course I have a full-time job too, but that's not it's not where my passion lies or anything like that. But
yeah.
um someone asked me that I'd almost be like, what do you mean? Like tennis is my life. But
Yeah.
at the same time with tennis, it's not just about tennis, right?
Yes.
It's about building that person's character. It's about
Yes.
for specifically with people in wheelchairs, it's about getting them more independent and
Yes.
stuff like that. So,
Yes.
um, anyway, um, so one of my favorite questions to ask recently is if nothing was holding you back, what would you do? Time not
Ooh.
holding you back, money not holding you back, whatever it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
hmm. Oh no, I always feel like I wish I could just teleport around the world. Like I
Yeah.
just wish I could just go and just collect
Yeah.
knowledge and cultures and
I love that.
ideas and just
So that'd be your
like I'd
super
love to
pe
be a sponge. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I don't know. It's just like the world is so big and I'd love to just um to be able to experience a little bit more of it and just yeah, because I'm such in the moment person. Like I'm
Yeah.
such a present person. Like I like to be like in whatever I'm in. And so I just, yeah, I don't know. That's
Mm,
such a big question.
it is a big question.
Yeah.
That that makes me wonder if you would choose everybody you would come into contact with, every book you came into contact with, if you could just absorb that knowledge
Yes.
and retain it
Yes.
versus teleportation,
Ooh, yes.
which would you choose?
That's a good one.
Because it
You know
takes time
what?
to get to people
It
and then spread
does.
your knowledge,
That's
and you're the
true.
only one that can do it. So
Yeah, that is
then you have the
true.
internet. So
Ooh, that's true.
I
Look, I'm
love
like,
it.
can I do both?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, right.
I don't know, cause you know what I think in teleporting, I think I'd like to be in the physical experience of it too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But I mean,
yeah.
but I don't know, they're both so good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
we
that's something to think about.
we can come back to that if you can think of it.
That's something to think
Um,
about.
how do you hope to be remembered?
Um, I don't know. That's a big question too. I'd like for the future generations to just be proud, like to just be proud of who I was, how I
Mm,
carried myself as a woman, as a child of God, as um, a human being. Just, um, I like to live every day as if I know that I'm going to be someone's ancestor.
yeah.
And I think that is a huge thing for me too. Like, I feel like when I think like that,
Whoa. Hold on. Whoa. Live every day as if you're gonna be somebody's ancestor.
yeah,
That gave me goosebumps. Look, I've got goosebumps. Like,
so
wow,
sweet.
that is profound. I've never heard it
Thank
said like
you.
that. Like, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, future generations, and I want to help them out," and it's like, yeah, but like you have a responsibility to those
Yes.
future
Yes.
generations,
Yes.
and you have
Yes.
the responsibility to be the best person you could possibly
Yes. Yes.
be, so that they can live a little bit better.
Yes. And in this sense that later on down the line, maybe they don't have that direct example, then maybe they can still go back.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what did Grandpa do? And like, how did he
Yeah.
overcome this obstacle? And what was his, what were his words? How did
Yeah.
he live? What were his choices? Because that's essentially where we are. And so that's why I hate the term generational curses.
Um,
People use that a lot, and it's like, for me, it's like,
mm,
it's just generational bad choices, actually.
yeah.
It's just generationally not making good choices. And so, who will be the one to break that? How will you break that? And then turn that into generational good choices and generational blessings.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how that thing too, because I think when we say generational curse, we take it out of our hands.
Right.
There's no accountability and responsibility there.
Yes.
And that's a huge issue.
Yeah.
And so I think that if you put the accountability and the responsibility on it, then it's like, okay, well, wait a minute. No,
Yeah.
this isn't some sort of outside thing that's doing this thing. This is just because we need to do better and be better.
Yeah.
And so, that when I look at my daughter every day, I'm just in awe of her
Yeah.
because it's like,
Yeah.
that's my legacy.
Raised
Like
her with
those
those
are my
values.
legacies, those three.
Yeah.
The way they choose to live, I'm proud of. The type of humans they are, I'm proud of. And like, so for me, that's like, I'm good with that. Like, if I don't do anything else, but I've contributed
Yeah.
at least some decent human beings to society and hopefully some that will elevate others and bring others along with them as I've done, like, that is good for
Yeah.
me. Like, and so when I look at her and she's already exceeded the things that I have at her age, I'm done. Done, you
Yeah.
know, like, 'cause that's the goal.
That's definitely
That's the
has to be a
goal.
proud moment.
And I can't wait to see what her daughter will be, and then what
Yeah.
her daughter will be, and what
Yeah.
her daughter will be,
Right.
so that's the thing of like, I need to live like I'm gonna be an ancestor.
Yeah. That's so
That's
fascinating.
important.
I
It's
love that.
important.
Going back to, the generational um curse and
Yes.
whatnot. I attribute that the correlation that I can draw to that is my disability, right?
Mm,
And like, even if there's something happening that is in your life that you're going through that you can't control,
yeah.
focusing on it isn't going to help,
Right.
right?
That's right.
You have to move past it. You've
Yes.
got to figure out how to adapt with whatever it is,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that speaks volumes to me being in a wheelchair and like
Yes.
figuring out like I don't know, just how to get around or whatever
Yeah.
else. So
Yeah. 100%. It just reminds me of uh of my aunt. I lost my aunt Nikki, my mom's baby
mm,
sister. We lost her, and um, she had her youngest, who was 12 at the time,
mm.
and I adopted him
Oh,
after we lost her. And I just remembered like the first week just being like, you don't know, like, what are the words? Like,
mm,
what are the words that you say to someone who's lost their mother? Like, there's not,
eh,
like, I don't know, like, you don't, I mean, we have these, comforting phrases that we say and things that we think that are appropriate, and it is all you have. And so at least in that, it's still showing that you care and that you're thinking, and you're conscious of the situation, but it's still just like, what are the words? You know what I
yeah,
mean? And so I just remember like one time we were in the driveway and we were just talking, and he was just expressing how he was feeling, and he was just having, a moment. And I just remember telling him, I said, I know that from here on out, your life is never going to be the same.
yeah,
You know that from here on out, your life is never going to be the same.
right,
But in this instant, you have a chance. You have an opportunity to have a new life. It's
right,
not the life that you saw happening, it's not the life that you intended on, but it's
right.
still a new life. It's still a new chance.
Oh,
And I'm like, you have to either, you have to, because at the end of the day, that's all we're down to.
mm,
I said, so it's going to be up to you
mm,
on whether you take this and try to still have a good life
mm,
and go down a good path, or there's always the other one.
yeah,
But you have to choose,
mm,
because no matter what, there's going to be consequences
yes,
to both. There's either going to be good consequences, there's going to be bad ones, and there's going to be some neutral ones, but
yeah,
there's going to be consequences to both. But so how are you going to do it?
yes,
How are you going to do it?
yeah,
Which way are you going to choose to go?
and
And so,
and not making a choice is a choice.
and not making a choice is a choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow. So it sounds like that was a little while ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. That was, man, it was maybe about 10 years ago
Okay.
also.
And so
Um,
what's
maybe like
what's
11, 12
the
years.
ending of the story? Well, maybe not ending, but like middle of the story. Like, what path did he choose?
Um, Not always the best, but I know that he's doing well now,
Sure.
and I love that for him.
Good.
I still check on and see how he's doing, and
Yeah.
just check on his progress and make sure he's doing okay.
We
You
all have
know,
hills and valleys. So
that's it. And
yeah.
that's it. And that's exactly what it is. And especially with something like that and with something as traumatic as that. And so,
Yeah.
you know, but he kept fighting.
Yeah.
And so I'm proud of him for
Good.
that, for
Good.
sure.
That's awesome. Next question. Is there a moment or memory you want to make sure lives forever? And maybe even to tie it into what we were talking about, that your ancestors would know. Or not your
Mm.
ancestors, your future offspring, let's say.
Um, oh, that's a good
Yeah.
question. I don't know. That's such a huge question.
What about a lesson that you'd hope instead of a moment or memory? Do you have like if you could pick one lesson or even just one of your favorites? It doesn't have to be like your top one, since you're coming up with
Yeah.
this on the spot.
Yeah. I don't know. That's so crazy. Um, about me.
Mhm.
Mm,
Moment, memory, or lesson, let's say.
just that I tried. I tried my best. Like, and um, I feel like even that gets taken for granted sometimes. Sometimes people do things like, "Oh, he tried his best," and it's like,
Mm.
"But did he?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if he really did. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I but I hope they see that in me. Like, I really tried and will continue. And
Mm.
always, always, I will always keep continuing to try. I'm
Mm.
always trying to be better, trying to do more.
Love that.
Yeah. And so I really hope that they can look back at that and they can be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she was fighting all the fights, like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, like,
Yeah.
so I really hope that they carry that on. And just the fact that I always put God first, and
Mm.
just don't forget that. Like,
Yeah.
gosh, that's so lost on people, I think, nowadays. And I hate that for us, because God has never left us. And so,
Mm.
we leave him. And so, God is very present, and just don't forget that. Like,
Yeah.
just don't forget that. Don't let culture or society or anybody make you forget that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love it. Um, we kind of touched on this, but kind of not. What's a lesson boxing taught you that you've applied to everyday life?
Um, Discipline.
Yeah.
It's the discipline of it is different.
Mm.
And there were times where I thought that I was, and then boxing taught me was not.
Yeah.
And so I love that for myself, because
Because you just get knocked out,
that's
right?
right.
Like, well,
That's
you haven't
right.
gotten knocked
Well,
out.
you can't,
Yeah,
and you
right.
will. So you better keep working. And so, yeah, discipline. Making sure that the dedication that I have to have in order to push myself to do this is just, it's a different level of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And so, it has really truly helped me with the discipline as far as everything goes.
I love
And
that.
so that's the beautiful thing for sure about it. And then just all of the other things that it's been able to bring out,
Yeah.
just on a skill level, on a meeting people, and being able to be in different rooms with different people that I never thought that I'd be sitting in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was talking to some of the young ladies when I was speaking to them at the Nevertheless program, and I was telling them, like, I a couple weeks ago I was in a meeting with millionaires, and they all thought that I was one too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not because I am by any means.
All
Like,
right.
I am on the struggle bus, like, like everyone else. It's just the way I carried myself.
Yeah.
And we're all on the same level. Like, and never forget that. When you don't forget that, you'll never forget who you are in a room full of anybody.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And that's kind of one of the things too. Like,
Yeah.
uh, and I still forget. I'm a fan still of everybody I meet.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, gosh, you know, my mom's like, you know, you're kind of somebody too, right? And I'm like,
Aw.
you know, so
That's awesome.
it's awesome in that way though, because I
Yeah.
don't feel that at all. But I love that.
Yeah.
I do.
The other thing I think you stand out in that you came here dressed as you are right now, but also with the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And that's not every day that you see someone as dressed up as you are also wearing a
Yeah.
cowboy hat, but it works.
Yes.
It's good. So
Thank you. Thank
yeah,
you.
like it's unique and it's like wow, that I kind of like that.
I love
So
that. I
yeah.
love that. I appreciate that. I get so many people are so I love the look on people's faces. They're not quite sure. It's like this look of like, I I'm not you know, you gotta take it all in.
Yeah.
And yes, my style is very eclectic. And so
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
yeah.
Speaking of your style, your bangs are down below your eyes.
Yes.
How often does that annoy the heck out of you? Because like I'm about to get a haircut because
Yeah.
like if I get if I stretch like my hair's all the way down to
Yes.
but uh, do, obviously
I
you
don't even
like that
notice it
style. You
anymore.
don't notice it.
I don't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And
Or
it
every
doesn't get in
once in a
your
while
eyes or
something's I'm like,
oh,
"Oh,
okay, okay.
God." But other than that, it just yeah.
Interesting.
It's just
And do you keep
right
it
through it.
usually around that length, or do you let it grow down to like, your nose or
So the funny part about that is that this is we call her Etna.
Edna?
Edna
Okay.
is a wig.
Oh, it
And
is.
so yeah. And so
Couldn't tell.
no, and that's the thing I love about it.
Yeah.
And it's a $20 wig. It's my very
Oh,
first one, which I absolutely love that for myself. And then I love that it was only $20.
okay,
And
okay.
so it's become part of my wardrobe at times. If I don't have time to like
Oh.
somehow I can fit my ton of hair underneath this thing. It's an optical illusion, guys. But
That's
it's an
awesome.
easy fix. It's like a hat, you know. I
I
just pull
could
that bad boy
not
out and go.
tell. That's
That's awesome.
impressive.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that for this $20 wig, ladies. Okay.
Not that I'm like looking like I wonder if that person's hair is a wig or not,
Sure,
but like
sure.
there's no way
Yeah,
I could tell.
yeah. I did used to have my hair cut like this in this
Yeah.
exact style, which is why I love
Oh,
it.
interesting.
But yeah, when I did exact same thing, yeah, I just keep it cut. It's like
Yeah.
this Sia kind of mystique
Yeah,
kind
it
of thing
is.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't expect us to get into fashion on my
Good.
podcast, but yeah,
Yeah,
let's
I
go.
love that for us. Tackling all the topics
Yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah. If you could wake up tomorrow and have one skill or trait you don't have now, what would it be?
Building
Building what?
a home.
Oh,
I would love that skill, like to know how to make something and build something and construct something from the ground up. I would love that. I'm going to take some classes
interesting.
this next summer, actually. That's so fun. You asked that because I'm like, I want to learn how to build. If I could build my own house, so ideally, I love my farm
Okay.
and I would love to build my own home on it.
Okay.
And so that's the goal. So yes, if I could wake up tomorrow and I knew how to construct a house, I would be a bad mama jamma. Like, don't let me wake up and learn how to build a home. Yeah, like that would be amazing. Like so.
Chia, that was the biggest curveball of the podcast. let's get into my nonprofit. Let's get into I play the violin and another instrument that I can't think of right now. I'm a pro boxer. I'm doing all these things, but it's not a skill within these spaces. It's
That's right.
specifically building that I'd pick up, and it's like, wow, okay. So I'm over here as soon as you
Welcome
said
to my
building.
brain. You were in my head. Welcome.
Right.
But
Right. So, like, I'm over here, like, as soon as you said building, I'm just, like, smiling really big. I'm like, "That's
yes.
awesome."
Construction. Yes, that is
Yeah.
it. It's like
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That is fascinating. Okay.
That's so
So would you build your own house with it, or would you build houses for other people?
Oh, I'd love to do both.
Yeah,
I
okay.
love to do both because I'd love to do some work with Habitat Humanity. They
Mm,
do that. And I'd love to
yep,
get in on that a little bit. So I think I'm going to
yeah,
try and figure out a way to get in and do some volunteer work. I looked a few, maybe like last year, I looked into it and then just so many things happened. And then I didn't get a chance to come back around to it.
yeah,
But that's actually a program I'd like to get involved in.
yeah.
So I feel like that'd be a good stepping stone. And then I'd be dipping into both. I love
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
Mm.
I'd love to be able to build my own home.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let's transition into family. Um, so your mom is your manager.
Yes.
What's the most savage advice she's ever given you?
Oh, she's more savage. They need to put Lisa Asbury in some gloves. She's so much more savage than I am. I wish I could channel that. She always says that. I wish I could just channel some of this into you. And I'm like, I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so soft, mom. But like she's a tough one, but she's the best. She just, she's always there. So she doesn't hold back.
Yeah,
She's like, you need to work on this, and
cool.
so she wants to figure out how to light the fire just a little bit more underneath me. So
Okay.
she's like, we gotta figure out how to bring that out of you a little
Yeah.
bit more. But I think I've been doing that a little bit more lately. So
Okay.
um
Good.
it's been good. It's been good. Yeah.
So I think if my mom were my manager, I don't think we would be talking anymore. Like, I love my mom. I call her all the
Yes.
time and talk to her on
Yeah.
the phone. But
Yeah.
I just don't think we could
Yeah.
do that.
You know what? It's a beautiful thing because we're on the same wavelength.
Good.
And so I think that just helps everything run
Mm,
smoothly. And she picks up where I slack off.
okay.
Like I'm very like, and she's like,
Yeah,
if you don't get up there, so
that's awesome.
she's definitely she balances everything for me. But yeah, like she's amazing.
Yeah.
She does all the things that I hate to do, so I love that about us.
Yeah.
Like perfect team,
Yeah.
perfect team. And so yeah, she with the same goals in mind. The thing that's funny about her is that she just thinks she's like, you can beat anybody, and I'm like, okay, thank you, mom. But you hear that, and it's like, you're my mom. I know you
Yeah.
think I could beat anybody, but no. But then,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
then you start feeling that too because she is channeling that energy into me.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
feeling very unstoppable. Thanks, mom.
That's awesome.
So yeah, she does all the things I hate to do, and I love that.
Yeah,
I do. I appreciate her a lot.
then I I'll go into this next. So then your first fight in West Virginia story. Let's let's talk about this.
Lord.
Which, by the way, I was just told by Rob to ask Chia about this story, and I have no idea what the story is at all.
Oh
So
my
I'm
dear
hearing it
word.
firsthand as well.
Yes. So West Virginia. West Virginia was just an emotional roller coaster. Like the highest of highs, the lowest of lows, the everything you could think of, and it was just such a crazy experience. So when I first got into boxing, my father did not approve.
Oh,
Yes, he was very, very much so against me boxing, and so there was a lot of tension there between us about it. And so the day that I was going to fight, I was loading up the car and we were walking out the door. And then Brian, shout out to Brian, B. Lee Management, that was who I first fought under.
mm,
He calls me and he's like, so we may have a problem. And I'm like, because I had already had an opponent issue.
Mm.
And so I was thinking that it was going to be that call, like, the opponent dropped out call.
Mm.
But it was your father called the commission and sent them scathing emails and told them that if they allowed you to fight, that he would sue them.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was how the day started.
Okay.
And so
What?
I had to head to West Virginia not knowing if the commission was going to allow me to fight or not.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What grounds does he have to sue?
Well, in his mind, he had, there were these health things and health concerns that he had. And, you know, uh, so he just, that was just, I guess that was the grounds that he was standing
Okay,
on. You know what I
interesting.
mean? And so, that was very crazy.
So you got to West Virginia.
So I get to West Virginia and I probably um we did the weigh-ins. And then I had to have a meeting with the commission and fortunately, luckily the meeting went well and then I was approved to go ahead and fight. And so it was nerve-wracking. It was very frustrating.
Yeah.
And where thought I was angry, I was just more hurt than anything. Like it was more like I just couldn't believe it. Like I couldn't believe that he would take the moment from me in that way. In my mind and in my heart, that's how I kind of felt. And so that happened, but the commission approved of me fighting, and so it was all good. And so
Good.
we fight day was just crazy. It's like we were talking about all of the first of everything. And so um Rob and I are sitting there, we're talking, and it was time to wrap my hands. And so he's like, all right, it's time to wrap your hands. I'm like, okay, all right, we got this. And um he's wrapping my hands and I realized it's the first time I'd ever had my hands wrapped.
Oh,
And it
interesting.
was something in my mind was making my claustrophobia align with my hands being wrapped. I don't know
Oh.
what that was. I don't know why they linked
Uh-huh.
together. But as he's wrapping my hands, it was tight. And so I guess in my mind, the tightness, I don't know, was making me feel constricted. And
Yeah.
constricted it was aligning itself with the claustrophobia. It was just this crazy thing. I mean, it's just all these things on your head. And so he's wrapping my hands and I'm like, it's too tight. I can't breathe. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I don't
You you just looked at the look that Rob gives you when he's like, "You're not making any sense right now."
like, what? Like, how are you correlating these two things? And it's just all mental. It's all mental. And I'm just trying to get myself to calm down a little bit. I'm like, I don't know. It's just too tiny. I can't breathe. And he's like, okay, so see this. He puts his fingers in between my fingers and the gauze. And he's like, Lovey, you have all this room. He's like, you're fine. I promise you can breathe. It's not too tight. You're okay. And
Yeah.
it's like, I just love him. Like,
Yeah.
bless his heart for putting up
Yeah.
with my shenanigans. Like, I can't
Yeah.
imagine what did go off in his head. Like, what is she talking about? You can't breathe. What are you talking about? It doesn't even make any sense. But oh my gosh. So that was just funny. And but that's part of that thing with him. Like,
Yeah.
that was what I needed to bring me back down. And then he's showing me and he's talking me through it. And I'm just like, yes, you're right. This doesn't make any sense. I
Mm.
can breathe. And so that energy,
Yeah.
it's him, man. It's that entity. It's
Yeah.
that I'm talking about. It's that
Yeah.
it was just like, now we're calm.
Yeah.
We're okay now. And so it brought me right back into and I was good. I was
Yeah.
good. I was like, okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back. I am all right. You're right. I'm all right.
Yeah.
And so like I love that. I love that. I appreciated that because like he's that you need in
Yeah.
that moment, and that was what I need in that moment, like, and everybody back is, and getting all, and I'm just like,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I'm freaking out because I can't breathe because my hands are getting wrapped, and so, it's I'm like,
Right.
Just in your head about everything. And so yeah, so he was just walk me through that little attack. And so that was good. And like
That's a great Rob story.
yes, it was so amazing. It was so amazing because I'm like in my mind afterwards, I just laughed about because I'm like, I can't imagine what he had to have been through.
Yeah.
Like what? What are you
Yeah.
talking
Yeah. Yeah.
about? So yeah.
And I'm sure there was a level of like, are you serious?
Yes.
And or are you just messing with me right
Yes.
now?
And he could look me in my eyes
Yeah.
and he knew like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
she's
And
serious.
then he's like, "Oh, I
Oh
gotta,
crap.
I gotta snap into
Yes.
helping out mode,
Yes.
kind of
Oh
thing,
crap.
instead of
Oh
like,
crap. I gotta help this fighter
yeah,
out. Oh,
yeah, yeah,
fighter's losing it. Let
yeah,
me bring her back. Bring her
yeah."
back. So he did. Yeah. And it's awesome.
So did you win the fight?
It was a draw.
It was a
It
draw.
was a tough fight. It was a tough fight. I took on a
Okay.
tough girl. You know, I tried to gauge myself and see like, can I really hang in in the division? Can I really hang with the real pro boxers? And she was much tougher than I thought. I think I kind of now that I look back on it, it was one of the things that made me wonder about watching my opponents fight because I had expected one fight. She came in with a totally different one. And that's when I
Oh,
knew that there was a huge difference between the way you fight based on who your opponent is. And I'd already
yeah,
known that. But in seeing that in real time, it was just hard for me to make the adjustments without the instinct,
right,
without the fighting background, without the and
right,
so but it was a good fight.
yeah,
She hit me with some good shots.
yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Do
it
you
was a brawl. It was a brawl.
do you ever
I
look back
appreciate it.
at the recorded fight and kind of like do the judges tally to see like who actually won, kind of thing?
So I do. The only fight that I didn't go back and watch until probably like 6 months later was a fight that I lost. I had um that weekend was such a crap. It was like it was like anything that could go wrong went wrong. And it
Mm,
was one of those times where I was like, okay, God,
yeah,
well,
yeah,
what's up? Well,
yeah.
like I need a one-on-one, because it was just everything. I didn't sleep, I didn't rest, I didn't eat well, and we had uh weren't in the gym anymore, and we had to take a break from training, so I was kind of training myself, and so like it was just all of these things, these accumulative things, and then I go in and I lose the fight, and that was beyond frustrating, of course. And then so it took me a while to watch that
Mm,
one because it was just so many things that were mixed into it. It
yeah,
it 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 made me like emotional about that fight. And so
yeah.
then it took me a while, and then I went back and watched it, and I was actually more surprised and thought I did better than I thought in my head.
Oh,
So it was even so
oh,
that was even
that's
crazier. So
healing.
it was definitely like, okay, like we're our toughest critics.
Of course.
We are our toughest critics for sure. But I appreciated the lessons in that. And it did put a little bit more of a fire under me, a little bit like, I don't like to lose.
Yeah.
Because I'm a competitive person.
Right? Yeah.
Even in Uno. So,
Yeah.
like I don't want to lose. And so I didn't like that feeling. And but it was good. I like that I've gone through all the motions. I've won, I've
Yeah.
lost, out of a draw. I've gone through all of it now.
Yeah.
So now
What's your final, or what's your record right now?
I am 2-1-1 right
2 1
now.
and 1.
2-1-1.
Nice. That's
Yes.
impressive.
I feel good.
For
I feel
starting
good.
off four
Yeah.
rounds, or
Yeah.
four and only lost once.
Yeah. I
I
feel
like it.
good about it. And I feel good about continuing to move forward. And so
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. Um, I wanted to get into your brother a little bit.
Okay.
Um, what's the dynamic with you and your brother like? And before you get into that specifically, I wanted to ask. You said he was a fight. He was a boxer.
Yes.
Is he still?
Um, he is inactive currently,
Okay.
but he wants to get back in the ring, and he and I, of course, want to at least fight one time on
Oh,
the same card.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so we're both heavyweights.
Oh,
Um,
but before you said on the same card, I thought you guys wanted to fight each other.
oh no, we do that all the
And I was
time. We
like,
do that all the
oh,
time.
that's
That's on the
interesting.
daily. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we still get in trouble for that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So fighting on the same card, and then
yeah.
does does your dad or mom box?
So my dad was a martial artist.
Okay.
He was a martial artist. He was a black belt in several different martial arts.
Yeah.
And so that is martial arts is where we really
Got it.
got the front row seat too,
Yeah.
as far as that with him and
Okay.
swords and nunchucks and
Yeah.
I mean he was a master, so that was amazing.
Yeah.
um it's still amazing even thinking about that time and about him and like,
Yeah.
this dude doing the splits on these things and like chopping stuff. And I mean, like, it's crazy to think about. But yeah, he was, and he and the staff and like, yeah.
Are you a black belt?
I am not taking up any
You did
mixed
not.
martial
Oh,
arts.
wow.
No, I did not.
Okay.
I almost um took up some MMA. I almost thought about it, but I
Yeah.
got into boxing so late. I was like, if I was like a little younger,
Yeah.
if I had time to really learn, because mixed martial arts is hard. You don't
Right.
understand.
Yeah.
There's so many things you have to learn to
There
be good at
is.
it. Like,
Yeah.
so I didn't take that route. And but yeah, that the fighting um warrior, it's in our
Yeah.
DNA from him. And then my brother went into boxing, and he's talked about doing some UFC and some MMA
Okay.
a little bit. But
Okay.
we don't know.
That's pretty cool.
See,
And it sounds
yeah.
like you wouldn't consider that.
Me for myself,
Yeah.
no. If I had a little bit more time
Yeah.
to learn, yeah,
Sure.
yeah, I would. But unfortunately, I'm
You're only
like,
in your
I got to
40s.
stay in this stand up game a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm still trying to perfect this
Yeah.
stand up game. So like.
Same. Get it?
So,
Uh,
I'm trying to get it where I fit in. Like, oh, you're so
I'm trying to
silly. I can't with you. Oh
I'm
my
trying to perfect the
gosh.
stand-up game too,
Cannot.
guys.
I cannot cut his mic.
Right?
But so yeah, like that I'm still working on the perfection of that. And so
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, I'll be a master of this first.
So that series of questions was so that I could understand better the dynamic of your family, but
Mhm.
also to ask this question is how was your dad's response to your brother fighting?
So he was good with my brother fighting.
Okay.
Um I think that with me starting so late,
Yeah.
um, he was just more concerned. Um, I hope it wasn't a girl thing,
Yeah.
but in my heart, I
Yeah.
kind of feel like maybe there was a little bit of that mixed in there
Sure.
somewhere too. But I know he doesn't, it's different. You see
Yeah.
your son fight and get punched in the face, and then
Yeah.
your daughter fight and get punched in the face. And so, I think that's what helped me with the forgiveness and the grace of trying to stop me.
Yeah.
And then he started to come around towards the end. And so that's the beautiful thing about that, is that we did make a full circle. And I
Good.
told him, I said, you know that I'm the first, right?
Yeah.
I'm the original.
Yeah.
I'm here to be a champion. Like, I didn't come here for nothing, Dad. I'm like, I'm here to see what I'm made of, and I've got it. You know what
Awesome.
I mean? And so, like, and I love that. And so he started to come back around, and he's like, well, I'll start training you. And I love that in him,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I know that in his spirit that he wanted to, but physically he wasn't able to. But I know
Oh,
that he wanted to.
yeah, yeah.
And so I love that, and I appreciated that about that too, because I thought for him to even say that, then I know that he knows that
Right.
he can see something, and
Right.
he can see that I'm developing, and I am getting better, and I am sticking to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
That's awesome.
appreciated that for sure.
Yeah. Um, okay, so tell me more about the dynamic with you and your brother.
So my brother, um I actually, once I started wanting to box, was actually during one of his inactive periods of boxing. And so I started once I fought in Queen of the Ring, I was like, hey, I wanna get down here. I wanna kinda see, what the gym is like. I need to get in the mix, I need to start doing stuff. And so I kind of like, kind of nudged him a little bit to kind of get me in there down there. And so he started going back down there, and we started going together, and that was a really cool thing. And so from then he then opened up his gym, King of Kings. And
Oh,
so yeah, and so he's been running his own gym and locations and since then also for about
cool.
the past 8 years. And so um he's always been in my corner.
Mm,
But when it came to coaching, I just know he's doing his own thing in coaching and doing and has his own gym. And I needed some real one-on-one. Like I needed some one-on-one,
yeah,
like the full-blown personal one-on-one training and everything. And I didn't want to put that,
right.
on him.
Sure.
And so the way he intermixes though in cornering and coaching with me is awesome. Like we get,
Yeah,
that's really good for us. Um,
great.
uh, he's the fire.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's one of the things we always talk about too is like you wish you could just transfer some fire into me too. But
Mm,
it's one of those things like it's just funny. So like yeah, so like he's definitely the fire and he's my hype man. So like
yeah,
yeah,
that's
like I
awesome.
love that. Like
What's the age
yeah.
difference between you two?
Let's see, 3 years?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're not too terribly far apart. We're all kind of
yeah,
back to back.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Um, okay, let's get into this. What do you want your kids to say about you when they talk about their mom later?
Um
And that tell me if that's the same answer as the last question that
um
I asked, but
well, yeah, I guess it would really be similar.
okay.
I just would love for them to you know, know that I worked hard, know that I worked hard
Yeah.
for them and for anybody else that I can work hard for and
Yeah.
come into contact with and elevate. And so with that I want them to take that like along with elevating yourself, take everybody else that you can with you.
Yeah.
Like there don't leave anybody behind that um because sometimes people just need somebody like,
Yeah.
and so that's why I even try, if I walk past somebody and something compels me to say something to them, I say it to them
Yeah.
because I love to be if I can be an affirmation for somebody else, I love that. Like,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate even having that responsibility. Like I really do. And so, and I take it serious. And so, anytime I'm compelled to say anything, I make sure I say that. You
Yeah.
look beautiful. There's this lady that walked past the other day and she had on this dress and she looked beautiful. I'm like, you look beautiful. And I mean, just to look in her face, because sometimes it's just those like small things.
Yeah.
It's not hard sometimes. And it doesn't take much sometimes. Like
Right.
we're just,
Yeah.
just humans. Like, and we're just trying to figure out our own experience here. And so I just, that's I always pray that for everybody. Like I
Yeah.
pray that you find your path. I pray that you find your way. I pray that you find your purpose. I really do.
Yeah.
Because it's not for nothing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
You really are one in a million,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Seriously. So that's a thing. I just hope they just understand why and then I hope I give them just a little bit of how so
Yeah.
that they can then carry that on and
Yeah.
then know a little bit of the how
Yeah.
to go about it.
Cool. I like
Yeah.
that. Um, Speaking of fighting, if you could fight any famous fictional character, who would it be?
Oh my gosh, that's a crazy question. Any fictional character? Let's see. Um, fictional
Bugs Bunny,
oh my gosh,
Donald
that's such a
Duck,
funny question. I'm trying to think like
Superman. I would not want to fight
I
Superman.
would not want to fight Superman. Um,
What about like
I don't
Batman? Like
know.
Batman's like just
Yeah,
another human
it's
being,
gotta be
right?
a yeah. It's gotta be yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
that would be a
okay.
good one. We're fighting Batman. That's right.
Anyway, I wanted to throw out a fun question here. At this point, I do have written down Fit, your nonprofit, but I feel like we did talk about that. Is there anything else you want to expand on? Maybe like where can people go to find it and stuff like that?
So It's with me. I carry fit with me.
Okay.
You can always just anybody who wants to get a program started, if you need someone to help start a program. I'm trying to figure out a way to and collaborate with a young lady here in Cincinnati. Actually, her husband is on the board of a wellness
Mm,
um organization, and I'm trying to figure out how to um, make sure that fitness and health are synonymous.
yeah.
I think that sometimes that we separate the two. It's like, sure, you're supposed to eat this certain way also, but what are you doing to strengthen your body, strengthen your lungs, your
Yeah.
heart? What are you doing to push yourself? What are you doing so that your muscles don't atrophy? What are you doing so that you're working things so that they're not um so that you are feeling good, and fitness has to be in there. It's the part that sucks the most. It's the part that a lot of times we feel like it's a choice, but I think that we should start making it a priority.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays when we're not doing as much of the moving and the
Mm,
hunting and gathering like we used to. And so we have to figure out a way to start doing that,
yeah.
and to make sure um, we're finding that part important.
Mm,
Really, really, because it really, really is.
yeah.
Because once you're not active, I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that becomes it. And so,
Yeah.
and a lot of things are preventable if we stay active also. And so,
So
so
true.
yeah, I just feel like I want us to come to that point where we're talking about those things together.
Mm,
We're talking diet and working out and fitness all
yeah.
in the same realm.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to work with a few organizations, wellness organizations, to do that also.
Awesome.
So yeah, so I'm like an open,
Yeah.
just come to me.
That's
Just
awesome.
I'm here to make whatever lane we can, like really.
What would you say is your typical health daily, weekly, wherever you want to go with this
hmm
routine?
So for our family, we intermittent do intermittent fasting, which I didn't know that's what we were doing, but that's just actually generally just how we function during our daily. So I think that um, is something that helps us and keeps us from just doing a lot of unnecessary overeating. Like I usually eat just one big meal a day,
Mm,
and then throughout the day I'm snacking, whether it's on some fruits and vegetables, some yogurt, some
yeah.
nuts or something like that. I do not eat meat. I don't eat pork.
Oh,
So yeah, so we're polio pescatarians. So I eat
okay.
chicken, fish, turkey, eggs. Um,
Oh.
Sometimes I eat lamb.
Uh-oh.
I know, break it. Sometimes I eat some lamb.
You heard it here. She sometimes eats lamb.
I do. Oh no. My
Internet,
mom makes this
get
lamb
after
stew.
her. No, I'm kidding.
Get me.
Yeah.
Come and get me. Go get at me.
Right.
But yeah, but we've also always eaten like that.
Uh,
So my dad is big about health. It was the reason why he was able to live off of dialysis
mm,
for 30 years. Like he was the longest living
wow.
dialysis patient. And it was all health. It's his diet. He carried
Wow.
that over with us. Like we eat well.
Yeah.
We're always active, and so I drink a gallon of water a day. I don't really drink.
Whoa.
Yeah, I drink a ton of water.
Do you put like salt in it
No,
or like electrolytes or
no,
anything?
I don't. I've heard different takes on that.
Yeah.
A lot of people have their different takes on water, and all I can tell you is that it's worked for me.
Interesting.
I water fast. If I start not feeling well, if I think something instantly, I'm like, oh, water, 3-day fast, 72-hour
Interesting.
fast. I'll fast with just water
Yeah.
and some coffee sometimes,
Yeah.
and then whatever is going on is gone. It just allows your body to keep resetting and recycling, and it keeps and filtering.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I live by water. I've heard there's some debates about it, but
Yeah.
I would suggest it. It's worked for me, and so I would definitely suggest it.
Yeah, it's
Um,
esophagy takes place, I think is the right word, right?
mm,
And that's where like as you fast, it eats the bad parts of your body,
yes.
and that's where like
Yes.
there's early signs of hashtag not a doctor, but there's early signs of like cancer being like like reducing due to fasts
Yes.
and stuff like that,
Yes.
especially getting rid of carbs, but that's not what we're talking about. But
Yes, absolutely. It clears your system out, and then your system it just regenerates and
yeah,
starts to do just like you said, starts to do its own thing, gets rid of the toxins on its own, it starts attacking it. So
yeah.
yeah. So
I
as soon as
I
that
was
gets
doing a 3-day fast with my dad like every other week. The longest I've ever fasted was 7 days, and I'm like, I don't know that I'll ever do that again. It was
oh
it
yeah.
was fun just to say I did it, but
Yes.
I'm probably a 1%er there, right?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. I think I've done 4.
Oh, okay.
Um, you get to that 72-hour mark and it gets different. You
Yes.
start getting that brain like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, and it kind of gets a little foggy up there.
It's definitely
And
interesting.
yes, it is definitely interesting. But after that, I feel absolutely rejuvenated. I'm back. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm good. There's nothing to see here.
That's awesome.
So,
Huh.
yes, I drink a lot of water. Um, and yes, and I love to eat good. It's funny how your body will readjust.
Yeah,
People
right.
don't understand. Like as soon as you cut that crap out, if you started it again, you don't even crave those things anymore. So
Yeah.
it's just a lifestyle
I I've
discipline.
I've switched to OMAD, Whole Foods only,
Mm,
and I have one cheat day a week, Saturday.
okay.
There's a little bit more to it, but I won't get into the details. But
Yeah.
so Saturday, one time when I was first doing it, I was like, I'm gonna go get Canes,
Yeah.
and then I had Canes, and man, I felt horrible.
Oh gosh.
And
Yes.
so it's one of those things where it's like, was I really craving Canes, or did I want Canes because I knew I could cheat?
Yeah.
And so, like, thinking about it a little bit differently
Mm,
because of that was like,
yeah.
okay, I would have been just as satisfied eating the Whole foods that I was eating
Yeah.
versus Cane's, for example.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Oh yeah.
anyway,
Your
um,
body's like, give me that good stuff.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, it is something you get used to, especially OMAD. Do you know what OMAD is?
I cannot say I'm
I
familiar.
I always say it like everybody knows what it is, but nobody actually knows what it is. OMAD stands for 1 meal a day.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's very, very intermittent
Yes.
fasting esque. So
Yes. We overeat.
yeah.
And in actuality, as I've done my research, it seems as if we are technically only supposed to eat one big meal a day.
Oh,
And the rest of the day, we should spend eating the fruits and the nuts and vegetables and grains and things from
interesting.
the earth. And so yeah,
Huh.
it kind of it makes sense.
That
I'm
does make
also a
sense.
junk food junkie. Don't
Yeah.
let me get you guys twisted. I am a junk food junkie.
Yeah.
Okay, ice cream is my weakness. It is my kryptonite.
I love ice
And
cream.
so I definitely do not deprive myself of things, but
Yeah.
I think that that's why we have to be careful with diet,
Yeah.
because we cheat ourselves and then we cheat. And
Yeah.
then we're starting all over again. So
Yeah.
yeah, you are allowed to indulge sometimes, just not, overindulgence is all.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into our disability segment, and then we'll wrap up. I'll let you have any final thoughts or anything like that. But
Okay.
are we still good to go?
Yes, I'm sorry. I think okay. All right. Had to make sure
Uh, Is everything okay?
yes.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm throwing this question, and I'll ask this question first, which is a common question. What's your personal experience with disability?
Um,
And if none, that's an acceptable answer. I'm not.
well,
I'm just asking you.
yeah, I got you. I was going to say I not a lot. I haven't
Yeah.
had a lot of direct experience. The closest that I would say that I've had is once, um, is my grandmother once.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she had to have amputations due to diabetes,
Uh,
and that was
Yeah.
kind of like the very kind of first, like actual firsthand
Yeah.
personal experience.
Yeah.
But other than that, I can't say I've had any direct,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, so
Um,
the next question then is, have you had an awkward moment, but let's say hilarious social, like an awkward but hilarious social interaction, or awkward but I don't know, I feel like everything awkward's kind of funny, right? So like I I I I kind of cherish awkward moments. Like awkward moments are fun for me,
yeah.
and being disabled, I can put people in, or like
Mm,
I can just position. Like I'll give you I'll give you an example as to why I asked that question. Is um I bring this up almost every podcast. Opening doors.
mm,
If I open the door for somebody,
yeah.
most people freak out inside. And how they freak out is something along the lines of, "Oh, let me get that door for you," and they'll reach over my head and grab the door
Yeah.
and show me their armpit, right? Or they'll step back and put their back against the door and tell me to go through, and if I did
Yeah.
go through, I'd be running over their feet, right?
Yes.
So like, but it's like, "I just opened the door for you, just, you're good, just go."
Right.
And so people make that awkward, and so um, I was wondering if you had an awkward moment in life that's like just a social interaction or something like that.
Um,
It doesn't have to be
can't think of
disabled
anything.
oriented.
I was gonna say I can't think of maybe um no, I can't think of anything specific. I
Okay.
just know that when I a lot of times when I first meet people, how tall I am
Yeah.
throws them off, I think, a
Yeah.
little bit. Like they're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
she's still going, you know. So I
Yeah.
think being tall sometimes you get those
Yeah.
awkward moments because you get into the stories where people are like, dang, I need this thing off the shelf. And like there's this
Yeah.
tall girl, and then it's like they don't want to ask, but I'll always volunteer
Yeah.
because I'm like, I
Right.
got you, I
Right.
got you,
Right.
girl.
Right.
So it's those kind of things, like
Yeah.
just like just in the surprise of people and of like, holy moly,
Yeah.
like and then it's funny because 'cause I'm on the other end because 'cause I'm like, people are so little, like, this
Yeah.
guy is so small, so it's just maybe those kind of moments that
Right.
can bring, like, some awkwardness about, but yeah,
How often do you get asked how tall you are?
very often.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of times for sure.
And do you get stares before they ask?
For sure.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that happens to me being in a wheelchair too, especially like,
yeah,
kids and stuff like that. They're like, "Wow, I'm kinda curious about that." Like,
yeah,
and then I'm always, it sounds like you're in a similar boat. I'm always quick to tell them like what happened to me and all that. Like,
yeah,
by the way, I did wanna preface this, but beforehand, which I should have. I'm a pretty open book when it comes to disability, and I'm not uncomfortable. If you had any questions
gotcha.
or whatever as we're going through this, please don't hesitate to ask.
Okay.
So, um, the other thing, the reason why I asked about anything socially awkward from your standpoint was because sometimes I feel like there's an elephant in the room when
Mm,
around disability when I first meet people,
mm,
and I think what I'm learning as I'm talking to people is that elephant doesn't actually exist, or it exists a lot in a lot more spaces than I actually realize. And I'm
mm,
okay with the elephant in the room.
yeah,
What I would define the elephant in the room is something along the lines of curiosity
yeah,
of like, what how do I interact with this person? Do they need help? Do they not need help? Maybe
yes.
a worry around like, this isn't normal, of course. I'm not used to interacting with this, therefore I'm just uncomfortable in general.
Yeah.
And so again, I've had disabled friends on the show as well,
Yeah.
and they either don't care or they don't feel it.
Mm.
So I was
Okay.
wondering, like, when you've been around me, has there ever been an elephant in the room in your eyes?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
that's what everybody keeps
Yeah.
saying. Either they're all
No.
lying to me. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're so So silly.
Yeah.
You know I think sometimes, you can overthink
Yeah.
things so much, and I'm sure that's, like, that would be even for me, like, I'd be like, "Oh, I got you,"
Pull this closer.
or, and not knowing, like, or being, like, overly sensitive to maybe being like, "Oh, are there these limitations? Because you
Yeah.
just don't know any better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But then you see people do extraordinary things in extraordinary in situations, and it's just amazing,
Yeah.
"Look at this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing enough. Like,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I am not doing enough," like, and so that's my feeling.
Mhm.
Like, I always get that kind of feeling. But then I also understand, like you said too, like, don't make me the standard of, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, don't make me the benchmark. Like, I'm
Yeah.
a,
Yeah, yeah.
but a lot of times in those moments, unfortunately, you are. And so, you know what I mean? Because it ends up being this thing of like I said, like, look at me not doing enough. Like,
Mhm.
so that kind of gets, but other than that, like, no, I'm just always in awe.
Yeah.
Like, we are so adaptable as humans, and we are
Yeah.
so
Pretty cool.
inventive in the way that we can adapt and make
Mhm.
things our own. And so I love that.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Okay, well that's the disability segment. I just like to get into that and see what people's perspective is on it.
Okay.
Um, is there anything? Wow, we're at 2:44. That's yeah, okay.
Is
So
that time?
yeah, 2 hours 44 minutes.
Really? How
Does it
funny
feel
is
like it?
that? That's just so funny because you said that, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, buddy," and then it's like,
Yeah.
"What?
Yeah, just boom.
2:44?"
Right.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
It's flown by.
Yes.
I guess is there anything else that you'd like to share that we haven't talked about yet, or anything that you'd like to shout out, whatever?
You know, I just don't wanna be overlooked.
Yeah,
I am in a small division that unfortunately we can't help.
yeah,
All we can do is what we can do.
yeah.
But I'm in a division where I either have to fight the girls the f- that are coming up or the top. There's no in between, which also makes it even more difficult. Which I wish people respected that part of it a little bit more.
Uh,
It's not easy to navigate through a small division.
yeah,
It's actually harder. There's less competition, which means you're seen less,
mm,
which means you're heard less, which means that you get less uh, uh, you know, what's the word I'm looking
publicity
for? Yeah, you
or
and so
recognition.
yeah, yeah. And so um, you know, and so I just yeah, I'm here.
Mm,
I feel like I'm the glitch in the matrix in the division. I feel like I'm ranked number 4 in the country. Um,
heck yeah,
and I want my shot. I
yeah,
want my chance at the title. I want my chance at the belts. I've worked, continue to work, and I deserve to be able to have it. And so, and that's what I want. To make sure that I'm not overlooked. I'm
yeah,
here. I'm here to prove that I am one of the best.
yeah,
That you can uh, choose this, and you can create your own path in it, and you can create your own wave.
yeah,
And I appreciate that I've been able to do things my way. And so I'm here.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And yeah, I want a shot at the belts. I want a shot at the championship. You know, Clarissa Shields is number 1. She is at the top. She is undisputed in the heavyweight division, and so I want a chance to challenge for that position.
yeah.
You know, I never thought it would be her. She's moved up in the divisions to come
Yeah.
up here, and so, it wouldn't matter whose name,
Mhm.
whoever has them. I want the opportunity to prove that I can be that too, and so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting that opportunity. I hope that that fight can be made as well. I'm right here in Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm right here in the U.S. They don't have to keep going outside of the U.S. to get competition because I'm here.
Yeah.
So,
Let's
hello,
go.
troublemaker, division. I'm hello world.
I love
Like
it.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here for
So
sure.
so what what have you learned being in this space with being, let's say, in the public eye some, with I mean, just like, I don't know, anything that attracts people to a fight. Like, for example, I think of like Conor McGregor, right?
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
Conor McGregor, he doesn't box anymore, but he still has a name for himself, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's so like what and I think it's pretty apparent from this podcast, and this is a really I could probably answer this question, but I want to hear this from you.
Gotcha.
What separates you from a personality than other boxers?
Um, I don't have that persona. Like
Yeah.
what like I am. What you
Yeah.
see is what you get
You're
kind
Chia.
of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Chia baby,
Yeah.
like, there is no other, and so, like, I appreciate that I have this amazing mix of my parents,
Yeah.
and, um I appreciate the uniqueness of that, and
Yeah.
so versus running away from my uniqueness, I embraced it fully, like, I was like,
Yeah.
100%, thank you,
I
like,
love
I
it. Yeah.
love being different, I love being, like I love marching to the beat of my own drum, like, I really do, and, like, it is amazing to be able to do that, and that has helped me, um block out all the excess noise, like, I
Yeah.
don't hear anything else, like, did God tell me to do it? Okay, then that's all I need to
Yeah.
know. Like there's no other there's nothing anyone else could ever say to me that would make me think any different
I love it.
or that would stop me or that would make me feel any kind of way about anything. Like
Yeah.
and so that's why um yeah, that's why I'm like, no, I'm here.
Yeah.
Like don't overlook me.
Yeah.
If I have to be a little louder, I will,
Yeah.
but it'll still be in my way.
I
You
love
know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need the persona.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Awesome.
cuz you just get me.
Yeah.
You're
I like
welcome.
it. Yeah.
Thank you,
Um,
mom and dad. But yeah, yeah,
there's one more question and then an easy question. But
absolutely.
what's one thing you hope sticks with people after hearing you today?
Um
I feel like there's a trend in your answers here.
I know, right? That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's just it across the board. Like I just
Yeah.
um but I hope they understand the other side too. I am
Yeah.
still here to be a warrior. I am still
Yeah.
a fighter and I am still here for all of the smoke. I'm
Yeah.
here for all of the fights.
Let's
I'm
go.
here for all of it. Like so don't let that part of it overlook that part of it.
That's
Like
awesome.
I am all of those things.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? And like so
Mhm.
the other night I had a dream and it was a very quick snippet dream and it was a raven that was on fire that was walking through fire and there was a horn
Mm.
and I woke up like I made myself pop up because I was like what was that like what was that like what like I didn't know I don't know but it
Yeah.
felt like but I still felt it so whatever it was I was like the raven on fire I'm here
Yeah.
like maybe I've just arrived this is
Yeah.
the next level of that and like man that was crazy
Yeah.
it was yeah that
Cool.
was crazy.
Yeah.
The Raven on Fire. Anybody who knows dreams and translates, tell me what that was. A raven on fire with
I
a
like
horn.
it.
It was a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful raven. It was just, oh, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
just big and black, and it was just walking through this fire, but it was good. Like it was good. Like it was
Oh,
embracing the fire. So it was just like I felt like, ooh, I felt that in my bones, and
yeah.
so like that's what I'm on fire.
That's so
I'm the
cool.
raven on fire. You know, I'm the
Yeah.
yin and the yang.
Yeah.
You know, so I love that.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
actually great. So last question is, where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook. I wish I could tell you anything else other than that, but right now that is the only social media that I have.
Chia Asbury.
Chia Asbury on Facebook, and I'm working on Instagram. Everyone that I run into now, they
Okay.
are telling me to get Instagram. I'm like,
Yeah.
but I just got Facebook, and I'm not even doing that good enough yet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still, you know, I guess I'm the middle child, so I still find it social media a bit much for me to navigate through.
Yeah.
Um, and because I'm not trying to sell a persona, like I don't have that in me. Whatever that is, I don't have
Yeah.
that portion of that in me. I know that entertainment is part of it,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna entertain you because I'm gonna
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
but all the you know all of that, I don't really you know. So
Yeah.
but I'm still trying to figure out my way through
Sure.
it because it's definitely the way. It's
Yeah.
just the way, and so
Yeah.
it's the way to make sure people know me. It's the way to gain fans, and it's the way for me to keep making an emotion in this in the business because it still is entertainment business, and so I definitely understand that part of it too. But yes, I'm on Facebook, Chia Asbury. Message me through Messenger. I'll try my best to look for things in there. I've been a lot of my opportunities have come through Messenger, so yeah,
Yeah.
like message me through Messenger if you can't get through to me, Lisa Asbury.
Yeah.
That's my momager, and she is definitely much, much better about it than I am.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, but I'm here.
Okay.
Good
Awesome.
morning,
Everybody,
everyone.
go find her on Facebook and
Yes,
soon to be Instagram. Well,
yes.
Chia, I had not. Well, I mean, so I did meet you before, but it was forever ago, and we didn't
Forever
really
go really
talk much.
quickly. No, we
Yeah,
didn't get a chance to. That's
and
right.
so you are one of my first guests that I've really like not really interacted much with or anything like that. Like there have been a few others that I've interacted with more, but I didn't know very well. But you are the
Gotcha.
first of like,
Yes.
I don't really know what to expect with this, and it was a very pleasant surprise.
That's
So
awesome. I
I
appreciate that.
thoroughly enjoyed your story. I
Thank
enjoyed how
you.
deep of a thinker you are.
Thank you.
I wish you the best of luck in boxing.
Thank you so
You've got
much.
a new fan in your corner.
Yes.
But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
I
you.
thoroughly enjoyed this conversation, and
Thank you.
I wish you the best, and hopefully we can keep in touch. So
I appreciate you and you as well. And I'm telling you, hopefully I'll be back with some belts. That's the
yeah,
goal.
heck
And
yeah,
yeah,
let's
that's the
go.
goal. And I have definitely thoroughly enjoyed my time as well. I'm such a little nervous, Nancy. I'm like, I don't know if I can do. Are you sure? Does this look? You know, but
Yeah,
it's but the flow is awesome. I love that, and I
great.
appreciate you. And I've had an awesome time also.
Yeah,
Because you said the time of flight, you said two. I'm like, no,
everybody
I
freaks
was
out.
shocked. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh gosh, it's gonna be so boring. There's so much quiet time. But no, it's been amazing. It's been a blast.
yeah,
So I
it's
appreciate
been
you.
so
And I
fun.
love the format. I even love the different things I've been able to talk about. Cause sometimes I I'm like leery because I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be talking about the same stuff, you know, but no, like I love
Yeah,
the different angles and aspects we get to talk from. So
yeah,
I appreciate you.
yeah, yeah.
So yes.
Awesome. Well, okay. Anything else you want to shout out, or we are you?
You know what? I just everybody that has been instrumental in um, building and creating and piecing me together as a fighter. Like I love you guys. My mom, for starters, like I can't say enough about that lady. Like she's everything.
Mm,
She really is. Like she encompasses everything, and she always wants me to win, and she thinks I can beat everybody. So you heard it, guys. I'm beating everybody because my mom said so. You know, and then my brother, my children, I love you guys and I appreciate everything that you've done to support me. Tony Tubbs as coach, former world heavyweight champion. So he's been an awesome addition. Coach Rod and Coach Tyrone down at R&R Boxing. They have been amazing and have added so much to my arsenal. I've been working with them for the past few months and
cool.
they've been adding to my arsenal already. And so the way that I'm being shaped as a fighter and the totality that I've been able to get from everyone that's around me has been a beautiful thing. And
Yeah.
man, I love it. So I
Heck yeah.
appreciate everybody. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Anybody that follows me, comments, likes, anything, I love you.
Yeah.
It's nothing but love. I promise you that. And I see it all and I appreciate you.
Awesome.
I really do.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us on the Rolling Forward podcast. If you like what you heard, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. I want to hear what keeps you rolling forward. My next t-shirt idea or something you heard today that stuck with you. I'm for it all. And if you want to see more shirts like the one I'm wearing, the Rolling Forward logo, you can get my designs over at rollingforward.printful.me. And if you've got a story worth sharing that fits the theme of what we're doing here, I'd love to hear from you. You could be my next guest. Until next time, keep rolling forward.
Awesome. Thank you.